let's make sure that it is working because, it's always fun to see that. It says it's live, but is that true? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. As I do make the place to be a space, though, I don't think it matters which area I put it in. It's always having an issue. But it says I'm live, and it gives you more of like the behind the scenes type of footage. There we go. It's live. It's good enough. I can't read the chat. Be in it if you want to be in it. If you are here on YouTube, that's great. But you can't join in as a guest. But if you're here as a guest and you want to rewatch it, it's available on YouTube. Thank you guys for being patient as guests. It did take about 30 minutes for me to get reconnected online with the YouTube live stream running at the same time as the TikTok live stream. Because once again, TikTok, I know you analyze everything I'm saying. I don't trust you. So like, I do not. But I do like being on you. Yeah, I like being on this platform. But I do know that you guys are going through a bit of a growing spurt, trying to be more of an American company, and it's American owned now, so that's great and all. But I do feel like this platform, yeah, that one right there, which is more of an aerial view of me. Hey, Kenna's here. All right, now that we have all the guests here, we have Kenna, Gina. Gina, you want to say hi to people too?
Hi, guys.
And we have Jessica and user blah blah blah. Maybe we're only here for the next hour because I am going to stop at 8 o'clock. But if I can't get both to go, well, it is a place in space that I'm not saying I don't trust you guys with how we are all showing up, but it does make me feel safer knowing I'm recording in multiple places and showing up with people on the internet and then talking to those people on the internet, because there's some crazy people that are out there that also their mental health might not necessarily reflect well on my own real in-person life. And if they do ever try to seek me out, I do want to have as much as possible with me documenting myself, creating the places and spaces across the platform where I'm trying to create fun, PG live stream experiences that just should be here for people that are from all walks of life. That if that's not necessarily, if they think that like I was like talking, like romanticizing with them or like really hitting on them a lot, I don't want that to be, I mean, I hit on people, that's true. But it is a place in space that I'm just trying to be here. And I actually don't want a stalker, even though I've joked about it before. Ben doesn't want a stalker. Yes, that's right. I don't want a stalker that tries to get an audience. I don't want a stalker that tries to like get people to talk.
No.
What? Oh no, what?
No.
Oh no, what?
Benjamin, you frozen.
I'm frozen. Me be frozen still?
For now.
Let's find out if I can get the live stream back up on YouTube. Oh, is the YouTube live stream working? It says there's 6 people watching. That sounds about right. See, when the YouTube live stream is working, one then stops working. Let's find out. As I'm a Benjamin, I'm here online.
I don't know if this is true.
What?
Is your Wi-Fi bad?
No, it's fiber optic here. It's really, really good.
Like, do you have good Wi-Fi?
Yeah, we have really good Wi-Fi, really good download and upload speeds. 300 megabytes up and 279 down. So if you were to download something, wait, no, the download's faster than the up. So it's down. But yeah, it's really fast here. But I'm in the garage, but I'm less than 50 feet away from the modem. The modem's on the other side of the wall. Thanks for the fan club heart and whatnot, Space Coyote or Spicy Lits. That's Spicy Lits. Am I still frozen?
No.
Okay, well, now we figured that out, and it looks like we're live in multiple places because you can also see me on YouTube in a wider type of... What's in the box? Don't ask. Don't ask what's in the box. We've all been there, and we've all seen the movie 7.
I'm scared.
The live stream experience is here for you. It's an experience. We'll be here for the next hour. I do stop the live stream at around 8 o'clock. But while we're here, we could get to know Kenna, Gina, Jessica, user blah, 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 blah. Don't ask her about her ex. And we also have Peaceful Kevin, Kerrigan, and Bex. You can ask anyone else about their ex. In fact, we like to learn about your exes. Not really. No. But if you want to talk about it, you can. Oh, user, it's okay. You're here right now. You want to talk about your ex again, user? Go ahead. Floor's yours.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I misread that. I thought that you wanted to talk about your ex.
No, I said boo. Boo you.
Oh, well. I am trying to navigate being here online. And you see, this is also why I document it. I want people like user blah, 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 to be able to take their clips of all the times that I've just thrown them under the bus, and they can make a clip about, like a clip show about it. I'm not perfect. So if you wanted to make a clip show about me, like not necessarily doing the live show the way that I claim I do it, I guess you could make it look that way. But also, it's me showing up for fun. Let's be silly. Let's enjoy each other's livelihoods. What's the best thing Daddy bought you?
What?
My dad bought me a bike when I was a young kid, and I really thought that was really cool. Is that what you're asking? Like like the best gift my dad ever bought me? Oh, my pellet gun. I felt so cool when my dad bought me a pellet gun. Yeah. What were you saying, Peaceful Kevin?
I bet. User blah blah blah.
Oh.
Are you talking about the sugar daddy?
The sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Sugar daddy. Who's got a sugar daddy?
User blah blah blah.
Oh, girl.
I want to be a sugar daddy. I don't.
You're too hot for that. I think that's for ugly people.
Wait, what?
I'm confused.
About user blah 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 having a sugar daddy? There's this suave guy. His name is Jeffrey Epstein, and he like. Isn't that right?
I'm not believing it.
That was
Jeffrey, no Epstein.
right.
My name is Jeffrey.
But the fact that you said Epstein makes it so then we like think it might actually be the guy now. Like,
no.
There's lots of other Jeffreys in the world. You know, Jeffrey's a very common name.
Palm Beach Pete?
Oh, he's kind of cute to me. I like him.
Who? Palm Beach Beach?
Palm Beach Pete. He's like this old white dude. He's kind of cute.
Looks like Jeffrey Epstein.
I know. I hate it.
Huh. Wait. So he's cute because he hangs out with Jeffrey Epstein?
No, they're not.
He looks because okay, so people think that he is Jeffrey Epstein because they look so
Similar?
they look so much alike. Yeah, no, like they literally look exactly alike.
That's interesting. It's also kind of scary. Is he a face swapper? What do they call those? Faceless man?
A skinwalker?
I guess we could call it that. Anyways, this live stream experience is here for you if you're here for it. It is documented, so you can come in and have some fun being on not just TikTok, but on YouTube as well. Join into the conversation that is here for you if you're here for it. I do like doing live streams, and I document them for my own safety and for your safety as well. The internet can be a strange place. You can make friends with people, and they could be who they say they are, or they could be not who they say they are. You can find yourself in awkward situations and in funny situations. The internet has people walking in and from all places of life. I get uncomfortable and comfortable with the people that are here at times, but the people that are currently here, I feel pretty good about it. So let's have some fun and let's be nice to each other.
I don't make you uncomfortable.
No, I got uncomfortable earlier today though. But the live stream experience, there's a lot of people that could watch this live stream, and it does notify me when specific people do because I've told the app to tell me. So I do know if certain people watch, and then I encourage them to talk, and then they don't, and then they like go away, and I don't understand how I'm supposed to navigate that. It's me.
Can you block them?
I don't like blocking people.
I do.
You just come back on another account.
Yeah, that's why I don't like blocking people. I've learned the hardest ways because honestly, I have my there are some conversation. I get that there's guys that are crazy, but a crazy girl. I just heard some of the next level. So there's this one friend I had. I don't talk to her anymore. But she used to like explain to me like how she would go about once she was like, oh, I don't decide I like them anymore. Oh, this is what I'm gonna do. She had a bit. There's this business. I don't want to say too much because I also don't want to be on her bad side. I'm on her good side, but I'm scared of her.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because she will create like numerous accounts, and she was able to get a business to close down within like a week. And I thought it was so. And like the thing is, she takes pride in being able to do it because she feels like she's doing it with justifiable causes. But she's not actually taking the time to get to know anybody or to get to see things from any other side or any other perspective than her own. So she doesn't want to put herself in their shoes. And she's like, no, this is going to be exactly how it is. I'm going to just take it down. And it's like, what is up with you? I know some guys who will like show up and be maybe like too masculine, too forceful, and that's like a physical no no. But when girls decide to be conniving outside of it in manipulative ways, I have never heard a guy be able to do, or I've never seen it either, a guy be able to do as much as like one girl can do
I think
damage.
I don't want to like touch on it too much because chat called me sexist last week, but I think like a crazy woman is worse than a man because I think we're more.
You guys actually don't do anything. You get someone else to do it for you,
Oh, yeah.
which is
Yeah.
so interesting.
Yeah.
Because
Crazy.
like I've seen her get other guys to like come to her aid, and it's like she can get. It's just so interesting. It's scary, but I do think that that I mean I grew up in a woman household, and I've always thought and always perceived the world as being ran by women. Whereas, and I understand that that's not how that works, and college was a big eye opener to me. But then also at the same time, as a man who really does want to satisfy one girl and make that one girl like my world, I don't actually feel like that's going to be reciprocated as well. Like it's not
Why?
because they'll be able to like read like I don't know if that's going to be how that's going to work. I'll probably end up. I'm just now joining again. What happened? Oh, there was like a good 30 minutes of me not letting people talk because I didn't feel safe without being live on YouTube as well. So you didn't miss that much. We're back into conversing and we're talking about. I'm going to actually tell a little bit more about this one girl. This one girl was really good at creating accounts online and building online buzz. And she got a pet store to shut down within a week after opening because they were also underneath her and she just didn't like it there. She's just like, it's not good for the dogs to live there. That's not a good place for them. And it's like, well, it's like they have cats, they have dogs, and they're in cages. And it's like it's a pet store. They're like, I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, she got them closed within a week. And to be honest, it was a regular pet store. There is no difference between that pet store and another pet store, but she was able to paint a picture, which a picture's 1,000 words. So she was able to bring in 1,000 words to discredit where they were. And I think she just didn't like the owner, who she brushed hands with on a wrong occasion. She applied to work there, and they didn't want her to. And yeah, she applied to work there, and then she took them. She took. So that's why I. And she didn't like personally get them to shut down. She got other people to show up to get them to be taken down, and she was just spearheading like the conversation. I've also seen like a lot. I mean, my sisters will say when they've been unreasonable, but after damage has been done. So I see that too. And then as a male, um, I'm sure there's something I've done somewhere down the line. Um, somewhere. There's no way. I'm not a perfect person, but
Yeah.
I have never been able to get people to rally the way that I've seen other people. Hey, Christy, my cousin's in the room, guys. Do give her a shout out. We're doing a bit of a guest experience for the next 45 minutes. Be in it if you want to be in it. We've got all people jumping in and be part of it. And luckily, Jessica isn't going to be sexist tonight. She says she'll be as open minded as possible to males being. What?
Never mind. I was supposed to say one of your little mods called me sexist.
I called you sexist? You're watching a movie?
I'm not gonna say their name, but they called me sexist in the chat. I was like, girl, bye.
I do watch House of Dragons, and I'm looking forward to it. The new episode's tonight, and I do want to watch that as well. But I also want to go to the movie theater and watch Disclosure Day. But for House of Dragons, I can watch that whenever I want. I have HBO. Anyways, the live stream experience is a place and space that you could be talking the talk. We were talking about how I don't really like that conversation. I don't really like to talk. I think both men and women, no matter how you look at it, they both have evil and good sides to them. Like better gender. Both genders suck. and I'm just saying it how I feel. Both of us, like I've seen men be crappy and I've seen women be crappy, but I am more afraid of women because I just grew up in a household with women and I've seen the things I've witnessed. I've seen some things that have made it so that I'm more mindful on trying not to have enemies that are female because I don't want to have that. Some people just manipulate by nature. Bex, there's this thing that I was talking about when I was younger where I said everybody manipulates to a certain degree, but it's what type of manipulation it becomes and how they go about doing so. That's really what's important. It's like, you're going to manipulate yourself into doing something, or you're going to be manipulating your friends into agreeing to do something with you at some point in time. Everyone manipulates each other to a degree. It's like it's a very common thing. But if you're using manipulation to like, cause like high conflict in people's lives, that is diabolical. And you have to have like like I have some friends that like they didn't really think it through. They were like, oh, I just didn't really want them to like do that, but I didn't realize that that there would be consequences that would be like worse. It's like, what did you think was going to happen? Like,
what's that movie about?
Yeah, what movie are we watching? Oh, she said Star Wars.
No, the Steven Spielberg.
Disclosure Day?
Yeah.
The one that's about aliens?
Yeah, what's that about?
Is it? Yeah. Well, Disclosure Day is the third movie to his 3-movie compilation. He says something like that, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and then there was E.T., and then there's this. He sees it kind of like
Really
what?
My coworker saw it last week and she said she really liked it. She said it's not really tied with the other movies though. Like it's a movie on its own.
Yeah, it should be a movie on its own because Steven Spielberg even said that. But he said it's like it's in the same universe. Like that's his take on aliens, and that's interesting because he like excludes War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds is not involved, and he made that movie too. He like took that out of there and was like, no, that's not part of this. Aliens 1986 is amazing. That's a really good point. M's coming in and being part of it too. M, you want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Hey.
Em, are you going to ask up any follow questions on the type of stuff that user blah 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 used to ask her sugar daddy to buy her? Because we've been all trying to get her to tell us, and she hasn't yet. So
I'm sorry, y'all was talking about other things, but I didn't want to be rude and I didn't want to cut y'all off. My favorite thing that Jeffrey had got me was like my they were like pearl earrings, but I like them because they were my birthstone. And like my family, they don't really give me pearls because they feel like they're like for older women. But he got me pearls because they're for my birthstone. I thought that was so cute. And I usually wear like emeralds. Like I love anything green, but like my favorite thing he got me was pearl earrings. He got me shoes. I love heels. What else did he get me? He got me some clothes, but like I sold those. Like I don't.
you sold those?
Like, I did. I had to.
Well, they say that as a man, you should never buy a woman shoes. It's like a superstition because if you buy them shoes, they'll walk away from you.
Yes.
That's sad.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. But then again, well, I've never had anyone break up with me. You're not supposed to buy shoes though for girls.
I'm just not into it.
If you buy a woman, if you buy them a dress though, that's like cool, right? No.
I guess. I like jewelry and makeup.
I used to buy. My mom told me I need to stop buying jewelry for my sisters when I was growing up because I used to buy them jewelry for their birthdays and their Christmas gifts, and my mom told me that I needed to stop doing it. So I stopped when I was like 13.
Aww.
And I had to like figure out how to buy them something else because also the jewelry was kind of expensive sometimes.
That's so nice though.
I mean, to be honest, that they told me what they wanted. They said they wanted jewelry, so like.
Well, you should have kept doing it. That's weird.
No, my mom did tell me I had to stop, and that was back when I was getting an allowance, so it wasn't even really my money. But yeah, it was sweet, wasn't it, Bex? But it's not about me right now. We're having guests in the room. Em, you want to tell us what's going on with you? You said you had a hard day. You want to tell us anything about it? Remember, it's documented.
Yeah. I don't know how much I want to talk about it, but talking about things that sugar daddies have gotten us, mine was a 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
You got a car?
Yeah, and you gotta realize, I mean, that car wasn't like an old car at the time. It would have only been like a 6-year-old car.
That is so awesome.
That's cool. Now that's a sugar daddy.
I wish I felt that type of love. As a male, you don't get that from the opposite sex. I don't know any girls. You don't. What? Like I don't know anyone who has one. I don't know anyone who got one.
Dude, you live in LA. You could definitely get a sugar mama.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been out and about in the streets, and I feel like I would have found one by now. Not like I'm
I
selling
need to
myself
go
out there.
to.
You need to go on seeking arrangements. You need to pay the $11.99 a month. You just gotta put yourself out there.
Maybe I could be like. I had a friend tell me the other day because one of my friends told me that maybe I could be like a caregiver for after like I'm done like taking care of grandma. Maybe I should move in with someone else that I could take care of them too in their old age, and maybe something can happen.
Oh.
And I thought it was kind of funny where I was like, I guess. But like, I don't really want to date someone who's like, in their 80s that I have them on like a respirator. And it's like, we got to get you to the respirator. But when I get you off that respirator, oh, it's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy in the house.
Oh my God.
We're going to need to make sure that we leave that phone off the hook so your grandkids don't call. Like,
Did you ever see that movie with James Franco? And it's about the Kennedy assassination, and he's from like present day.
That's not a
and
movie. That's a TV show on Hulu.
Oh, it's a show? Okay,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
I did see it.
Yeah, but do you remember like at the end, like the woman's like in her like late 80s who he like fell in love with back in like the 60s? And I remember like at the end of the show, I was like, there's no way he's gonna slam this like almost 90-year-old broad. Like that'd be the craziest ending to this. But instead they just have like a dance, and I think he like kisses her.
So he does have sex with her.
No, he just gives her like a little smooch,
But then does it cut to black?
Then it cuts to black.
Yeah, that implies it. Implies it 100%.
You're like, I work in cinema and film. You're
Yeah.
like, that's what it implies.
That's what it implies. If you're not like, if it doesn't go anywhere else from there, it's like you start with the intimacy, it fades to black. It just implies that the intimacy is going to continue. It's true.
You guys heard it here.
Yeah. Although you have to talk to the director and see what the director's vision was and what they were actually doing. But a lot of those directors will go, I wanted to leave it up to the audience to decide how it ended. And it's like, oh, okay. So it's one of those endings. Like Inception. Is he dreaming still? Did he get out of the dream? We never find out if Leo's actually alive or not. If you haven't seen that movie, spoiler alert, do take the time to watch it, though. But we really don't know we don't even know how it ends. It's open to interpretation.
Well, people had 16 years to watch it, all right? Like...
Yeah, but some people aren't like of age to watch it sometimes, and some people like, I don't know.
No excuse.
Yeah, there's no excuse. You should have seen it already. But if you haven't seen some TV shows, we lost someone. Where did our cat of the live stream go? Jessica is leaving us? I think Benjamin... Wait, what's up, Jessica?
Right.
We'll invite her back in. The girl's here for you if you're here for her too, most of the time. But sometimes she just leaves us. We have M here, Gina, user blah, 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 which is user 1155002639. Why would I do the 39 again? It's 294. It is 294. 00294. Anyways, look at me trying to remember things and I'm having a hard time. I'll get it right next time. Anyways, we got other people with names as well that do deserve some recognition, like Peaceful Kevin and Kerrigan and Bex, which goes by the name Bexitin. It's nice to have you here, Bexitin. Bex, we haven't heard from you in a while. And when you were named Bexitin, why did you decide to go by Bex instead of Bexitin?
Bexitin was too long.
Okay. Is Bex short for something?
It's short for Becca.
Oh, that makes sense. Why don't you go by Becca? That's a beautiful name.
I don't know.
What if I was to tell you I'd treat you better if you went by the name Becca?
I think people do actually.
Yeah, because it's a really great name. I mean, Becca, not suspicious at all. If you need to hand $100 to someone that needs to get across town, Becca's your girl. You know, something like that. Becca feels like a trustworthy person. Anyways,
I almost named my youngest daughter Rebecca, and then everyone was like, yeah, but then nobody's gonna call her that. Everyone's gonna call her Becca, and then everyone's gonna call her Becky. And that was like why I didn't name Charlotte Rebecca.
I think that like those people that are giving you those opinions, they need to mind their own business. I mean, honestly, like
There were so many names that I didn't choose because like other people.
I mean, I won't choose names that are like super generic. Like I'd never name like any of my kids like any of the standard like American named girls or American named boys. I'm a Benjamin, and that's a very standard name. So that in itself is problematic because I want to have a Ben version of my name. But I don't really want to go with any of like the regulars. Like, oh, well, maybe like, some of them. I mean, the thing is, some of those names hold other people's images in my brain. Like their face comes to mind. You know, like when I hear that person's name, I think of them. Right? Doesn't anyone else feel that way sometimes?
I get that. My mom was like that. Like my brother's name is Mark, and she like named him that because she like worked with a guy named Mark who was like really nice and like handsome. Like all the Marks that she had ever met were like very nice, successful, like smart, handsome guys. So that's why she like chose that name.
Well, that's good.
Like all of my daughters ended up being named after their first and their middle names ended up being named after like women in our families. And they like sounded like kind of classic, more generic names, but I mean my daughter's like the only Molly in her class. Charlotte does have like she has a lot of Charlottes at her school, but I think she's the only Charlotte in her grade, and Sadie's the only Sadie in her grade, and the way that she spells her name. She's the only one in our school district, actually, with the YE spelling.
Now, the S names are really fun. I think that an S name is fantastic. That's always good to go.
When I had Sadie was like in the peak of people starting to name their kids like, I guess, names that
Like generic?
like, okay, like there was a girl in my daughter's class named Boston, but she spelled it Bostyn. And my daughter's name is Sadie, Sadye, which is actually how Sadie was spelled like in the late 1800s. And she's named after her great grandmother. So people would be like, "Oh my god, I love like that twist you did on Sadie," and I'm like, "No, that's just like the original spelling."
It's kind of funny.
Like, yeah, people would be like, "Oh, that's so cute! Like, I love like the twist," and I'm like, "Someone who was born in like 1920 is who she's named after."
That is so cute. The names from the 20s they're gonna have a comeback. They're definitely gonna. We'll have Helen's.
My daughter has Elaine, Astrid. Like my daughter, all of her friends have like old lady names.
Those are good because I'm getting pretty tired of having all these Sarah, Brittany, Nicole's, and I'm not trying to say anyone's name that's currently in the live stream, but there's a lot of like like Ashley's. There's just so many, and I have I have family member Christy. If you're here, and Ashley, if you're watching, I love your name, Ashley. You're fantastic. But as it is something that is like overly used, it's just there are all these names that are just used so frequently that it's just like there's no way that we can keep doing this without like more confusion. Like I don't want to keep walking in a room where there's 8 Johns either. And it's not just the women's names, it's the men's names too. There's a lot of Johns out there. And I have a lot of Johns in my life, but I think we need less Johns. Yeah, so many Johns. It's ridiculous. It's like there's been times where I've been at work where 3 people had the same name. And you know how hard it is to get the attention of the person you need to talk to when you're saying John and you have 2 other people coming to help when they're not the ones you're asking for. And you're like, we need a new system. So it's like we need a new way to refer to all, like, you guys can't be called your name anymore because like there's 3 of you. So it's like, unless you guys all want to stand next to me like the whole time. Like, and like, not you, John, the other John. Like, it's just like it's too many Johns. And I think there's a lot of Benjamins, but we don't run into each other very often. That's the thing about Benjamins. We tend to be the only Benjamin around, which is kind of weird.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't hang out with other Bens. Do you hang out with people that have your name too? Tika, how many people have your name?
My mom.
Oh wow, that's confusing.
No, like my dad calls her, well, no. That is, no, my dad just calls her Tika. But he doesn't call her Tika, he calls her Matika. And then he calls me Little Tika. But that's the only person I share a name with.
Oh. You don't have any friends that have the same name as you?
No.
Gina, I would assume you do. You must have a friend that has the same name as you. Gina's a very common name. No? Yes? Maybe. Kevin's a common name. Kevin, do you have other Kevins that are in your life?
Just my other personalities.
I appreciate that honesty. I do appreciate that honesty. Kerrigan, your name's very unique, so I'm assuming you don't run into very many Kerrigans, but you probably run into people that have a K as a name, right? A lot of K name friends.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter has a K name too, so it's the same initials as me.
Aww.
That
What's
is
her
very
name?
cute. Wait, even with the last name? We lost our
Yeah.
Becca. Becca, we lost you. I mean, Bex. Bex, we lost you. So many Johns. It's a place in space, guys, where we have the things being mentioned. We've lost Jessica, Becca, Bex. Kerrigan is still here. Peaceful's here. User blah blah blah's here. Gina's here. M's here. We're getting to know each other. We're being like very appropriate with the wording and not necessarily making people uncomfortable unless we really want to. You don't have to though. It's a place in space that's documented, so you can come back and rewatch it if you want to. But as I do make it a place in space, it's a lot of fun for me to create it. So I do have a lot of fun saying words and phrases. Do you have fun listening to them? What else do we have to talk about tonight? Is there any topics that people wanted to talk about? And when it comes to the things that you wanted to disclose, you said you didn't want to say too much because it's documented here online. Do you want to mention anything that's going on, or what's going on with you?
I got into probably the biggest fight of our relationship with my husband last night.
Was it about your daughters?
No.
It was about the chickens, wasn't it? The chicken coop is starting to take too much of your attention. You're out there.
So I caught him lying about something very trivial, but point blank to my face, which
That's awkward.
that's what really bothered me, because it seemed like our relationship was heavily built on him being a very honest and trustworthy person, and that really hurt my feelings, and I got really upset. And he is a very avoidant person to when it comes to stuff like that, and he decided to leave and go stay in a hotel last night and didn't come home today.
Oh, that's actually really, really bad. I'm so sorry
Yeah.
you're going through that. You don't have to say anything you don't want to. I feel like I kind of pushed you a little bit to tell us.
No, honestly, it's good to say it out loud, in relationships and marriages and things like that. And we've been together for a long time, go through rocky points. But like I said, it was kind of good to say it out loud.
I think that it's gonna work out. It sounds
I told my parents today.
It sounds like there was probably a lot going on. We don't need to know all the details, but I'm sorry you're going through that. Whatever you want to disclose, you always can. I think that we have people here that could weigh in too. Kerrigan, do you have anything you want to throw in there? I see you're saying something in the chat, so I'm just giving you I'm also gonna go over there and get ice. I'm not leaving. I'm still in the room, but I'm getting ice. But Carrie,
I was
you
gonna say I'm sorry for what you're going through.
I appreciate it. It was a little funny, like, obviously my daughters are kind of like at the age where they like know it was Father's Day and like didn't see their dad today, so that was like kind of crappy, especially like for my daughters who, like, you know, their dad and I have been together their entire life, and like they said this was definitely like the worst fight that we've had over something that just seemed like it escalated like so quickly, like out of nowhere. But I mean, it's not like this is like a boyfriend or something where we can break up. I understand that he probably just needs like a couple days to like cool off. And
So he feels like you felt hurt and he felt hurt too. Because he left, right? Or did he leave because he like needed to process being able to come to the table?
Needed to well, how it came up was we have like a music room and it's kind of his office too, and he had like a gig yesterday and he was like gone all day, and I kept hearing like his notifications going off in our music room and the speakers were super loud. So I went in there to like turn it down and I saw something on his desktop. And I was gonna kind of like let it go, but when he got home, I was giving him like the cold shoulder. And then last night, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the gym because I go to like a 24-hour gym." And he's like, "I can tell that something's bothering you." I was like, "Look, I really don't want to start anything, and I didn't want to start anything because today was Father's Day." But he kept pressing, and then I brought up like what I saw on his computer, and then he got like super defensive about it and lied to me like point blank to my face, and that's what really upset me was like I didn't even care so much what was on his computer like did kind of hurt my feelings and bother me, but it was more so that like he lied whenever I saw it like on his computer. Like if he just like had admitted to it, it would have been like, oh okay, like I get it, like we're human, we make mistakes. But and then it was even more so like his reaction like after the fact, because this is where I think that I was maybe in the wrong, but I was also very like emotionally like caught up in it. I was like, well, if that's not true, then pull up your email and like show me, like type in what I think that I saw and show me that that's not true. And he said no, and then that's where he like packed a bag and left.
That sounds really bad. I have 1,000 more questions, but I don't think I should know them.
If you had nothing to hide, then you would have had no problem like showing me.
I could say
like I'm very open with him and have nothing to hide from him at all, and so that's why it was like very weird and suspicious.
That is weird and suspicious. And this is the worst fight you guys have ever had?
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. I have 1,000 questions you don't have to answer. But at the end of the day, I'm always down for the tea, but at the same time, you're going through your own things in life, and it's not necessarily helpful sometimes to explain everything to other people. But whatever helps you out with you getting it off your chest, this is a good place to do so. It is documented, but it is also a place and space that has understanding people within it. And I don't think you technically did anything wrong if you were confronting him about it. Even though you probably did potentially make it even, you doubled down, it sounds like, and got it to escalate.
I did.
But
I did double down.
You doubled down and you got it to escalate.
I still wanted him to come clean.
Yeah, it wasn't like you doubled down out of nowhere. You doubled down due to the fact that there was something there, and in that way, I don't know. It's always hard to navigate because I don't know the ins and outs of the conversation. But I would assume that he's probably more embarrassed than anything else. Didn't want it to come about this way. I don't know what it is technically, but like I know that there's things in life that you don't always have the ability of explaining very well, and sometimes opting out is a better way to go. Like I can't explain myself to even some people about some things. So I get it. And if I'm confronted, I'd probably avoid them. Why you are so Sally's saying you're not in the wrong too.
Yeah, and he's definitely like a very avoidant person. I wasn't expecting it to kind of like go down the way that it did. And
Have you
but
heard?
it's nice to, I guess, get it off my chest and like talk to other people about it.
And you haven't heard from him today, and he hasn't come home.
We reached out at all today. Haven't heard from him today, and he didn't come home. But I mean, really early on in our relationship, or I guess maybe it was after we had our first daughter, we had like a pretty big fight, and I freaked out because he did like the same thing. He just like packed a bag and like left instead of like arguing with me. And I remember freaking out and calling his ex-wife, and his ex-wife was like, he is like an avoidant person. That's why they didn't work out. She was like, give him like a couple days and he'll come home and everything will be fine. And yeah, he did. I mean, that's like the only time he's ever done something like that besides like now. But yeah, I felt like today, obviously I did want to reach out to him or call him or say something, but I didn't want to make anything worse.
No, sometimes you need to give people space, but in my reality of how I've perceived things is like space can be good, but time is not necessarily something we have an abundant source of. You don't know how long people are going to be around, and you don't know when you lose someone. So there's also like this thing where it's like I need time, but it's also like what is a reasonable amount of time? Also, how do we go about doing it? What are we doing life? Are we doing life with
The way he did, and he's done this before.
I mean, it's been a long time, but yeah, he has done it like once before.
I feel like he's doing this because he wants you to like. Well, I feel like,
And so that's why, like I said, whenever we got together, like our relationship was built on this like trust and like being together. And I think to some extent, like talking it, I think that's talking it out is good. I think to some extent that like now that I'm not even like I'm in a clearer headspace, that maybe he thought that I was implying that maybe he was like cheating on me or something, which is not necessarily what I was implying with what I found on his computer. It was more so that I just wanted like an honest answer from him, and I didn't get that, and that's what like really set everything off.
Yeah.
I just think they're gonna have kids involved. It's like the fact that he's not considering like the children. Like you can't just leave. Like the fact that men they have this like this luxury of just leaving. Like even when there are kids involved, like they can just get up and go. And it's like that's not fair to you, and I hate that. But like again, this is not my business, so I'm sorry.
I mean, you are right to some extent. I've been a stay-at-home mom like basically my entire adulthood, and so yeah, you're right. Like he is the type of person where, and life is to some extent always transactional in relationships, and especially in ours, that like I've always stayed home with the kids and he goes and does like he gets to play music and go to the gym and hang out with his friends and do things that he wants to do, and he goes to like work in an office occasionally, and yeah, I stay home with the kids, so it is like it's a give and take situation. But yeah, it was kind of crummy that like I was kind of left today and had to have this like conversation with our kids who have grown up in like what I would consider like a stable home.
I think it's still somewhat stable, but to leave on Father's Day doesn't really make any sense. See, that's why I did say the thing with people taking space. You don't know how much time you have. You don't know if you like leave and get hurt, and then all of a sudden you're no longer in the world, or potentially someone else does. If you have kids and a kid needs you, and you leave because you need space to work through, like there's that one thing where I've been asked what a red flag is. A red flag for me when I'm like looking at relationships is if I was dating someone who's like a girl that really needs like her own me time, like a lot of me time. Like, oh, I just need to know that like I can. It's like if we have kids, your me time's not going to exist until all of them are past 18. You don't get me time. It's like we're going to actually raise kids together. And if you need to process something to come back to the table, there'll be ways for you to do it. You can do it that you can also still be there. Because if there's an emergency at the house right now and you needed him, do you think he'd come in to help you right now, or do you think he'd avoid your phone call?
No, he'd definitely avoid my phone call.
So like that's the problem because there's
so
like
I think that he just needs space, but also I will say like yes, it is Father's Day today, but he's never been someone that's like big on Father's Day. Like this is the kind of way that we look at all holidays, and I feel this way also about Mother's Day. Is like if you're gonna be like crappy to someone or not appreciate them like 364 days out of the year, then what's the point of celebrating like one day? So like, yes, we celebrate these holidays like Mother's and Father's Day, but we're not like super hung up on them. Like, you know, we do things throughout the year that like we do something in our house and we do Hawkman of the day, and like each day we choose like one person in the house that did something like really special or like stood out that day. So you know, like we weren't like super hung up on it being like Father's Day. So
I see people on YouTube are saying quite a bit. I can read the chat right here on what's going on, and I see that person high high tech spec 427. I like that you're impersonating her husband, but it's pretty obvious you're probably not that person. Yeah, you're just some user out there, but I do appreciate the role playing. It's always funny to see. It is nice to have people jump in and be part of it. I see people are coming in from all walks of life. I do see Safi Valva. Thanks for giving some opinions. And yeah, it's confusing. Yeah, and she's going through it. She shared it with us. It's here in these places.
Who said that they were my husband? Because if it was blue,
High Tech Spicy 427.
If it was blue Ira, I could have been sharing.
No, it's High Tech Spicy 427. Good.
No, if it's blue Ira.
Ain't no way to easily contact me. You said blue? Let's find out. No, nothing. Ohana 674.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there's nothing. Ohana 674. I see you. You're here all the time. I really appreciate you coming by. Oh, and I appreciate the gift from Shylin Fizz. It's nice to have you here, Shylin Fizz. I know I said your name right, but I'm trying. Anyway, I mean wrong, not right. It's definitely wrong. You spelled it differently. Anyways, the live stream experience has us getting into the tea and also being here with each other. And yeah, we've got it all happening in these places and spaces where some people are like, why Alba? I don't know what why Alba means, but I do like people saying things. It's nice to have you here, Will. Thanks for joining in and saying hi to everyone. It's nice to have people jumping in. We're getting the information from M that she's going through sometimes where it's a Father's Day, non-Father Day. I know, right? I'm freezing. Am I frozen? Of the guests, you guys have to let me know. Can you guys see me or not? No? So in the TikTok world, am I still frozen? So that is a yes. I will take it as a yes. I will take that as a yes. I am definitely frozen. Or am I not frozen? Am I frozen? Not frozen? Yes, your video is frozen and your audio is very choppy. It's glitching hard for me and it's very choppy. Interesting. Well, at least it's working well on the other device. The live stream experience has people coming in from all walks of life. We are ending it soon, but not quite yet. We'll be here for at least a little longer. I do have it happening in the places and spaces where we have Bex asking to come back in. I got you, Bex. Now it's just laggy, but it's working. It's glitching. Well, we're letting in another guest, and that is Bex. It's probably because TikTok's analyzing my live stream, and they keep hearing me talk about how I don't trust being on this app. So they probably are like, oh, and then I say YouTube, and then they're like, oh, well, we got to make sure we're analyzing this. But I don't think that anyone online likes being, including the devices that we're on, likes being held accountable for how they monitor their apps. We're still waiting for a garage tour. Are you waiting for a garage tour? Who asked for a garage tour? Oh, none of them has said anything.
I asked for a garage tour.
When did you ask for a garage tour? We're just gonna wait a second too and make sure the connection gets reestablished. Maybe we need a restart on. No, well, I mean, if I stop, I stop. So if I restart, that's a stop. So make it last for right now, because if I stop or restart it, it's not gonna go well. No, it isn't. But we're here in these places and spaces where it's happening across the platforms. It gets stressful when this happens, but it's more stressful for me to get flagged and not understand why, rather than to live stream in two different places at the same time. So it's more of a way to make sure that I don't like freak out. I had some really, really bad, I'm going to be very honest. When I got flagged for the first time and I lost my live stream ability here on TikTok for like a week, it gave me terrible anxiety, especially since I'm someone that is good at failing and coming back to the table, but I can't come back to the table and learn from my mistakes if I'm not informed or if I can't observe what my mistake was. And TikTok deprived me of the ability of a dime a dozen, right? Or whatever. They have tons of them. So they don't have to care about us. And I felt like they didn't care about me. And as I was creating on the platform for a while, it really devastated me to a degree. It was not necessarily something good for me to move through. That's why I don't like being on one platform alone. I feel like it's almost like I don't like being alone on the internet. I know I'm in multiple places. We will miss you after the live ends. Well, we're still here for right now. I'll check when the movie starts. And the thing about AMC is it has 30 minutes of trailers. So we're going to do that in a second, but I don't even know if the connection's working. That you can hear me and video.
A, B, C, D.
There we go. We have people talking here. It's nice to be here with you. You'll be in the chat, pumpkins. It's Peaceful Kevin. And it is. I have got to find you on YouTube. Sadly, it is way too choppy, and I don't know what you're saying. Well, it's kind of happening in both places. So I did have that last part happen, though, where it was probably really clear on TikTok. I mean, on YouTube. But as we are in these places and spaces, I think I need to avoid saying the names of these platforms because I think it even triggers the platforms to analyze it. And sometimes I feel like the connectivity gets affected by the platforms not knowing what to do. What maybe is better now? Wait, maybe it's better now? I mean, is it better now? Bex, do you think it's better now?
It is.
Okay, well, Bex is saying it. She's not going to lie to me. She's a Becca.
Never.
Yeah, Beccas don't lie. No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they might. Gina's.
Has anyone seen the new Toy Story movie?
No, I told my sister we were talking about that today, and I think we should save it for when we go on family vacation, so we have a reason to go to the theater because there's not a lot of animation out this summer. So we need that for like a family outing when we're all as a family. I'm taking my girls tomorrow to go see it. And what have they seen the other ones, or have you not shown them all of them? Did you do a marathon today?
Yeah, no, my kids have always been like super obsessed with the
Pixar
Toy
World?
Story movies. Yeah, really Toy Story specifically, especially my youngest is like incredibly obsessed.
Sadie? Is that Sadie?
My youngest is Charlotte.
I'm not memorizing it, but I did have fun saying one of their names. So Charlotte is your youngest. Yeah, I'm not gonna remember that.
Yeah, Charlotte's.
Yeah, it's a place in space, so do be here for it. The center screen is actually not on me. It's on the M of the live stream experience, also known as the Emily of the live stream. She's showing up.
Time, but
You got 1 minute and 17 seconds left.
I know.
It's a long time.
Well, I'm trying. Oh my god. Yeah, or like, yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Look at that. On the screen above me.
Yeah, she was like obsessed for so long, and then I had like another one where she wore like a skirt and like a shirt, and I don't even know if I still have it. She wore it so much.
Oh, she like overwore it, where she like wore it out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know, but kids wear
The same thing over and over again.
they wear the crap out of it. Yeah, especially when they're like super into stuff.
Yeah, I had outfits that I would wear every single day that was like the same outfit that week. Like I would wear the same thing on Monday, the same thing on Tuesday, the same thing on Wednesday, every week. Because like I just had like a wardrobe choice. I can look back at photos and I know what day of the week it was. So weird.
That's so funny. Yeah, I can't find it, but she has like a million of these like little Toy Story.
Her off because it went straight to Kerrigan. Kerrigan, is there anything you want to share before I cut this off? I'm guessing that's a no. That's a no from her. Anyways, let's make it go out of the live show just to get it back on me. Are you have any? Oh, is this?
Blah, blah, blah.
Wait, is this the thing?
You don't have to pull it up, but yeah, this was like the one where I got her like the little custom shirt where it like matched Jessie. Oh my god!
Now that is a cutie pie, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, she was obsessed for a very long time. That one was my youngest, but my oldest daughter was really into Spider.
So they kept dressing up as Spider-Man? Or
Yeah,
Spider-Gal?
my oldest had like classic, like she liked like what was it, like the 1967, like the original Spider-Man cartoon, and you know I had to find things that had like the original Spider-Man on it, like pajamas, and she had like a robe and slippers and anything I could find Spider-Man at the time.
That is
she had.
I like that. That's nice. As this is a place in space, guys, get to know me and everyone else that's here. Ask questions while you can. We've had some interesting conversations tonight. We found out that user blah, 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 blah used to have a sugar daddy that would buy her the nicest of things. We also found out M went through some hard times. And, you know, Gina hasn't said much, but she's still here, right? Saying things. Gina, you want to say anything? Yeah, see, it's a place in space, guys. We got people coming in from all walks of life. I don't know where you're coming from in the country, but we even have Kerrigan here and Bex here as well. We haven't learned a whole bunch of drama from Bex, but Bex, you're what? Like, aren't you 20? How old are you again?
I'm a millennial.
Oh.
So, no.
Okay, which Bex are you again? I'm getting confused. I'm sorry.
I'm the Bex that's always here.
Okay. All right, good. Well, Bex, that's always here. It's nice to have you here. We have multiple people coming in with sometimes the same names. It is nice to have you jump in and be part of it. Do you have any drama you want to share with us? Do you have any sugar daddy stories?
Not a nice platform, no. But I do.
Anyone who sugars has the craziest stories. I love hearing my friends' stories and everything.
It's the best stories. From the people that matter most. You. It's the viewers that are here. Be part of it if you want to be part of it. I'm a Benjamin, and I'm probably going to go see a movie tonight. Before I go to that movie, I will stay here as long as I can, and then when I stop the live stream, you can continue to talk to me and everyone else that's here outside of links on the platform known as the Discord server. It's a fan club community experience. Be appropriate if you do show up. Don't be under 18, and also be polite by reading the rules and showing up respectfully. It's not that hard to show etiquette in life, especially online. If you feel like there needs to be more rules, or you feel like the live stream experience doesn't have things being straightforward, you were raised very improperly then because you don't understand good etiquette. I'm just saying good etiquette is good etiquette, and that means that you show up being polite. It's not that hard, and if you need everything to be written out, well, then you are asking for too much. If you really need all of those types of things, though, you might want to be finding relationships in the real world that will not necessarily have so many variables. But you're online right now. There's going to be a lot of some tears at some point in time. If you're on the internet, there's a lot of stuff on here. I can't protect you from things, but I can create a place in space where I can have fun and you can have fun too. But if you show up into it and you bring the wrong type of energy, there's little I can do about it. Well, besides ban you, but I don't like doing that. Long time no talk to Julian. Oh, nice to have you here, Julian. I hope you're taking care of yourself. You want to hear about Kerrigan's sugar experience? Oh, Kerrigan's sugar daddy experience? Well, I can't talk for her, but she can talk for herself. Go ahead, Kerrigan. What do you want to tell us about your sugar daddy experiences?
Nothing wild. So I met mine through my coworker's grandmother. She set me up with like one of her like older friends.
We're like actually completely split, but it does suck.
It sounds like it sucks. I'm in the room. You can't see me. I checked on Grandma. Oh, you can totally see me, but you can see me in the reflection of the TV if you can pay attention to that. But it is a place in space where I'm trying to reconnect to YouTube to be here as well. It looks like that entire time was not on YouTube. So whatever you guys are talking about, it's all not documented. So whatever was said, you won't be able to look back at that part. But the other parts, I'm going to get the live back on. Like the live, please, by Christy. I do appreciate that with people saying things in the chat. That's not a good reason to leave him. I don't think anything's. I mean, I feel like some people leave each other for little to no reasons. So any reason could be a reason. That's just the truth. We have it happening. So is Christy well caught up? Christy, you're still. You can hear me, right? Am I frozen?
Oh, you're good.
No.
You're good.
Okay. Well, it looks like I'm not going.
Actually now.
That's good. I'm glitchy now.
I took over.
Okay, good. Remember, guys, there's a little one in the room. Be mindful in what you say. It's a place in space, though, where you can be part of it. If you want to be part of it. If you do want to talk the things. But you guys can talk it out. You can't talk things out if someone leaves, though. He has to come back to the house. I don't like it when people... Like, I used to get in arguments with my sisters where sometimes they needed, like, a lot of space. And it was kind of like, every time I look back at any of those things, they're really petty, very small situations, but a lot of feelings were attached to it. So, like, they might be able to say otherwise, but I know that they would most likely come to terms that, like, oh, yeah, you're right. Like, it wasn't that big. But it's like, if you remove yourself for too long, it's hard to come back to the table. And then there's some people that avoid apologizing altogether. They just act like it never happened. Depends on how she is with him. We are only hearing one biased side. Ginger Snap 73.
This is true. She's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
No. Can we get him on the? Do you think I'd be able to? I'm a charming guy.
No, Ben.
Do you think I'd be able to get him?
Joining.
Come on, let's let this be
Yes,
a Jerry
say
Springer
it. I
episode.
would love to.
Oh, it's so messy.
Let's let it be a Jerry Springer
Yeah,
episode.
310.
You know.
310 phone number.
Oh, really? I mean,
Yeah.
I won't look that suspicious. A 626, he'll probably think to himself, maybe I know this number.
Yeah, that's why I said that. That's
call
why I
him.
said he would totally answer
Yeah.
if you called him.
Because he's like, might be an old friend. Got to see who it is. So, like, you know, so it's not that big of a deal.
Actually, I mean, he's the type of person where, like, if he saw someone calling from a number, first of all, he has it set up on his phone where if he doesn't have your number saved, I think it sends it automatically to voicemail.
I love that. I need to set that up. That sounds delicious.
Yeah, because he, like, doesn't want any, like, scam calls, but he is the type of person where, like, we'll be sitting next to each other, and I'm like, hey, like, someone's calling you, like, that he knows. Like, I'll be like, oh, Ian's calling you, and he'll be like, I don't want to talk to anyone right now.
Oh. You know, he's older than you. He just might be tired, girl. 20 years older. He's tired.
He's definitely tired.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in my 30s. Oh, I'm not tired. Like, I'm tired of dating. That's for sure, guys. But it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, what you're up to. You can be tired of dating too, and there's nothing I can do about that for you because I'm not you. You're you. Do what you want to do in your life and be part of my live stream experience while it happens live. But remember, I'm a person with feelings, and I'm at my parents' garage, so, you know, those feelings are... We could do a tour of the garage, but I feel like it'd be, like, weird. It wouldn't work that well.
Oh, do it.
No, because there's things that you shouldn't see because they don't belong to me. Like, what am I going to do? Go through all my mom's wrapping paper? You guys want me to do let's go through all my mom's wrapping paper. Like,
Just say that. Just if you have a body in a garage, just say that. It's okay.
well, I mean, we could go through if I go through this cabinet right here, it's all shiny. It's all like fine china. It's fine china. It's just like her fancy silverware. Do you really want to see all that stuff?
Yeah.
Really?
I like antiques.
Yeah.
Let's organize that for being in the future. Right now, I want to sit.
Oh, yeah. I'll shoot to her. It doesn't have to be fancy.
I mean, can you walk around and I'll sit here? Can we do that yet?
You know what? I guess
Camera around.
I totally forgot about something. I guess I did kind of indirectly talk to my husband today. And I, like, completely forgot because it was so small.
Oh, about, like, you know, like expenses or something? Or were you like,
No.
we need to make a schedule for the smog test?
So my first husband came and dropped off our daughter at, like, 3 o'clock today. And whenever he was at the door, he was like, "Hey, like, you know, we were talking about like our stuff with our daughter, and like, you know, her next couple weeks coming up, and he was like, "Hey, just so you know, Jared called me today," and I was like, "What did he say?" And he was like, "Well, he wanted to ask me if I was bringing Sadie home, and he asked me if I had talked to you, if I had said anything to you," and he said no, and I was like, "That's all he said?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's all he said."
He said
So.
more. He said more than that.
You think? No, my ex. But here's the thing: is like my ex was like a loudmouth, and he also like won't. He wouldn't keep anything from me.
He
like,
said more that no, there's definitely more than that, but it's nothing that he would know to say. It's like there's probably something that like you'd feel like there's more to it than just like probably how they got to those statements. There's probably a little bit of, you know, some conversations. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, because I will say my ex is definitely like kind of a loudmouth, and he's a yapper.
Well,
So
isn't he one of those comedians that does stand up? So
he's a comic.
yeah, just show up to some of his shows. I'm sure whatever he found out will come out in the stand up routine.
Yeah.
No, if you're saying he's a loudmouth, I guarantee it'll come up later, but it's not coming up today.
No,
there's more.
Our stuff doesn't come up in his stand-up anymore because, oh my god, this is so crazy. Whenever I was crazy in our custody battle, and I had really great attorneys, I had really amazing family attorneys. If you live in the DFW area and you have a high asset divorce or custody battle, go with Epstein Family Law. They're amazing.
Did you just say Epstein? What did you just say?
Yeah.
Like Epstein, like Epstein,
Robert Epstein, Jordan Watson. They were amazing. They were a great team. They're so good. But so my attorney actually went to one of his stand-up shows. Like bought a ticket, set up his like little like a camcorder or something, and recorded the comedy show. Played it in court, and my ex had a joke that he played in front of the family judge where he was like, "You guys ever play like the slug bug game, like with your significant other?" And you know, like the audience is like, "Oh yeah," and or punch buggy, whatever. And he's like, "Yeah, there was one day where my wife kept hitting me in the arm over and over again because we kept saying Volkswagens." And so what I did next was I took her to a Volkswagen dealership and like beat the crap out of her. And they played that in family court. Like, took it way out of context because, like I said, I hired amazing attorneys, and they were like, "See, he's violent. He's a violent man."
I think that honestly is pretty good, though. From a comedic standpoint, if I was in the same room and even if it was on me, I'm pretty sure I'd still laugh. Because, like,
Dude,
it would be really hard not to laugh because it'd be like, oh my gosh. Like, using my words against me. Classic lawyers. Classic.
Yeah, dude. I had amazing attorneys. They were so good. They were crazy. Honestly, think about like a crazy ex. That's like what I had for my family attorneys. They like followed him to bars one night and like caught video of him like drinking at a bar and then driving home. Like they were dirty. Oh my god. Like I said, if you guys ever need a family attorney in the DFW area,
I really like where this went. I love the live streams that turn into this because this is the type of stuff that makes it easy for my brain to go, I have more material now to work on these live stream experiences. Now we just have more to add to the whole experience in general. What you do tell me is documented, and I will repeat what happens in the live stream to a certain extent. Some things won't be repeated, but if you're like user blah, 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 well, I'm going to tell her I'm not going to repeat those things, and I'm going to repeat them anyways. But the live stream experience is here where you're coming into it already knowing what type of person I am, and if you don't know me, that makes sense. But also at the same time, I'm pretty straightforward. Ain't that right, user blah, blah, blah?
No, that's not right. It was like funny, but it was also kind of sad. Like, so my parents paid for like my attorneys, and it was expensive. And I had 2 partners and like a paralegal who came to our hearing. So it was me and 3 other attorneys. and his attorney came and it like literally looked like a cartoon. He was like rushing into the courtroom. His pants were like too short. Like this was someone he legit found out of like Yellow Pages. This guy had like a canvas like messenger bag, and he's like pulling out all the papers. Like it just looks so silly. And at the end of our like court hearing, the like Seth, my ex, he had come up to me and he was like, what was that in there? He goes, you just come in there with like 3 lawyers? He's like, what are you, OJ? And I thought that was so funny. I was like dying laughing. Oh my god.
Like said, we're fighting for our daughters. Like, be for real. Like,
Yeah. You could have been. I mean, honestly, like you could have been a little less. Like you didn't need that. Like that's like an
like that's
overkill.
intimidating.
Yeah, that's like you could have like had 1 less representative. 3.
Well, it was actually kind of funny. It was actually kind of funny because towards the end,
they had like someone who just like worked for their office come in and like sit behind them to like make it look like they had even more people. Oh my god. Like I said, my first divorce was like so great. It was so fun. It was amazing.
It does sound like a good experience, and I'm someone that doesn't want to go through the divorce experience. But my God, if I was in your shoes, I would have been delightfully part of it.
And do you want to hear something like horrible that me and my parents did? Okay.
Yeah. Yes, I do. Like,
So in Texas, in DFW, you whenever you're going through divorce or separation or family court, you can only hire an attorney that is licensed to practice in your county. And we were in Dallas County. So my parents and I called almost every single family attorney and lawyer in the DFW Metroplex and did a free consultation with them, or like paid like $100 to do a consultation. Because if he calls them and tries to get representation, he can't, because it's a conflict of interest, because they had already heard from me or my family.
Mm-hmm.
oh.
So he got stuck with like a really shitty lawyer because he couldn't find one that could represent him.
That is so cool, actually, too, at the same time. The way the system works, guys.
I've never like admitted this to like.
I'm sure that this is a great place for you to do that. We're live online for you to be able to rewatch it whenever you want. Remember, you can come in and say things. It's documented. You need to get something off your chest. Great place to do it. It is fun. And yes, we're all crying up a storm. It's nice to have you here being part of it. And thanks for bringing the dish of the tea.
I'm definitely taking notes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like I said, this is actually kind of like a learning experience. So
I need to rewatch my own live stream, even though I don't like watching it from that angle. But like, hey, that angle is where it's at. But it's happening with us joining in and being part of it. Kerrigan's liking the live stream because we've gotten up to 53,000 likes. Keep liking those, keep pushing and liking it. And have fun being within it. I don't know what happened to some of the people that were here, but people have dropped out. But we still got the, the peeps that are bringing the conversation to where it can be. Kerrigan, user blah, 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 M, and Bex. And as I missed my movie, and my movie is like 20 minutes into it already, I'm disappointed in myself, honestly. I got my timings wrong. This is the second night that I've missed Disclosure Day. But last night was more of like, it was good I missed it because Grandma, I ended up being home when Grandma fell. So if I did go to the movie last night, I wouldn't have been home when that happened.
wait, what are you trying to watch?
Disclosure Day by Steven Spielberg.
Okay, hold on. I bet I can pull it up right now.
Well, yeah, you could look it up. It's a good movie to look into.
I meant I could send it, like you could watch it at your house.
Oh no! As I work within like the entertainment industry, I am big on the theater experience. I love going to the movie theaters.
I have so much anxiety. I miss going to like the movie. I go to the movie theater, like I'll go for Toy Story, but there are some movies where, like, okay, like The Devil Wears Prada, I watched it at home.
Yeah, I'd wait for that one to be digital, but this is filmed by a guy who knows how to use lenses, and Steven Spielberg has insanely good cinematography skills. So if you are to like sit down to watch a movie and be entertained by someone that knows how to film a movie, Steven Spielberg's the one that, like, it's like Christopher Nolan, Steven Spielberg, even Quentin Tarantino, even David Fincher, even when it comes to those like directors that are actually being mindful on how they do their framing. That is a big deal. When it comes to a big screen in front of you, you really get to see it for what it is, and you get to see what they're doing with the craft. It doesn't work like that for every movie, though. So, like, if you were to send me Devil Wears Prada, I'd watch it probably because I'm not going to watch that one for the big screen because it's not going to be cinematic in the sense that I'm going to be like, wow, this is amazing. Well, unless I really like clothes at that point in time. I do love clothes, though. I do like clothes. I wear them all the time.
Wait, you said did you watch Cape Fear on Apple?
Yeah, I watched the new episode last night when I got home instead of going out to. Well, when Grandma fell, what ended up happening was she didn't really fall. She had one of her moments, which it's basically like a stroke. Don't be concerned too much. She's a hard cookie to break. What she does do, though, is she calls for help, and then my mom comes and gets me. And I was in the garage about to do a piano talk live stream. I got home at like 11, and I was going to do one more live stream last night, and I was getting ready to do it, and the garage door opened, and I know exactly what happens when the garage door opens. If the garage door opens, it's my mom telling me I need to come in to help someone that fell down. So, or to get my grandma. So I got my grandma up and put her back in the bed. We called the nurse, who then, or it's like a nurse doctor type of thing going on because she's on hospice. So it's a 24-hour thing. So what's that on the screen? Oh, is that the movie? But there's also like, a doctor that comes by to check on her. But my grandma ended up being fine. But I didn't end up doing another live stream, and I ended up being able to pick up grandma because I wasn't. I wasn't at the movie. But I really did want to see it yesterday and today. It looks good. I think I'll just have to go see it tomorrow. I just need to make time to go see this movie.
Is it Emily Blunt and
Yeah, that's it.
Josh O'Connor?
I don't really like watching pirated movies when it's like a cinematic one though. I'll watch like one like Toy Story isn't a cinematic movie. Toy Story is like you go to that theater because you want to watch it with like your family members. But any animation, I don't need to be in the theater for those anymore. I don't.
See, I have a really good projector, but it depends. Like this movie, like just came out. It looks like so the audio.
The audio is probably not going to be good.
Yeah.
But what ends up happening with those versions is enough people keep pirating it, and then there's someone that has the good audio, and then there's someone that has the good footage, and then there's one person that has like that one bad scene that like for some reason it doesn't look good. Yeah.
No, and that was like with the Devil Wears Prada. So I think I tried to watch it like the day it was released or something, and it was like kind of crappy. And then 2 days later, and it was like that. Like someone had pulled the audio, like the better audio and the better visual, and put it together.
Yeah.
Like in a link, and yeah.
But as I'm hearing impaired, if I do watch anything at home, the subtitles will be on, and if they're like it's a pirated thing, the subtitles normally are non-existent, and that makes it more challenging. Yeah. I don't need hearing assistant in a movie theater because it's just so loud. I can hear everything, so that's nice. But when it comes to pirating movies in general, I'm not for it. But I understand that it's an insanely overpriced experience now. That also the theater quality is not where it should be. The theater experience is not as important as it used to be here in America. There used to be like a real community of that. I don't know what happened to that. It's not the internet's fault. I think it's consumerism, and I think it's the big business guys overpricing everything. And like I don't want to go to a movie and pay like $25 to see it. We lost M. What happened, M? Oh, she's back. We do got to accept her back in. We've got the others in the room. If you want to come in and be a guest, you totally can. What happened to you, Em? Did you just drop out because you need to switch phones?
No. I was like trying to add this movie to like my watch list, and something glitched on my phone and it kicked me out. But yeah, I mean, trust me, I try to like support theaters. If I'm gonna go to the movies, I go with my kids.
That makes sense.
Here in Dallas, like honestly, we've gotten rid of a lot of just like normal movie theaters here. Like even the AMC's here are like
Dine-ins.
dinner movie. Yeah. Where you like order food, or we have Alamo Draft House here, which is like it's essentially a restaurant.
Yeah,
Like, you
Alamo's
have a
okay.
waiter. Yeah, and like honestly,
I don't like.
I just bought tickets for me and my 3 kids to go see Toy Story in the theater, and I think the tickets alone were about $70.
Yeah,
And
that's what it. Yeah, that's what it is these days.
and I'll be honest, like I think my kids will probably want to sneak in like some snacks, but we always buy drinks there and we always buy the popcorn there. And my kids are gonna want the novelty popcorn and the novelty drink thing, so I'm easily gonna be spending over $100 at the concessions.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's a ripoff
Because
nowadays.
I know what's gonna happen is like we'll go eat or something before, and my kids will go and they'll pick like a candy or something, and they'll like put it in their purse because all my girls carry purses. And like I'll be like, okay, like let's get drinks and popcorn. So they'll want the novelty thing, and then they'll be like, oh my god, they've got brisket nachos here.
Brisket nachos.
Yeah, they at our AMC the brisket nachos are like really really good. Like, or they'll be like, oh my god,
The food here in California, it all sucks. So if you have really good food at your AMC, I can't
we're
believe
in
that.
Dallas, and we're in Dallas, so food is the only things to do in Dallas are to shop and to eat. Like that's it.
Really?
So, yes.
Huh. Kind of sucks.
Or spend money, shop, and eat. Like everything is so expensive here, but like I already know, and that's funny because like I even asked my ex because Jared hates going to the movies. He has like anxiety and like he's like miserable to take to the movies.
Like
we
he
went
like
to the movies.
complains the whole time.
Yes, and he's like one of those who like gets on his phone and like will read the wiki and like because he's impatient and whatever. So I'm done. So, but I asked my ex, I was like, "Hey, do you want to go to the movies with us?" And he's like, "Dude, the movies is like $40 minimum a person."
Yeah, I paid.
And I was like, "Oh."
You want to play the game of Mario Kart soon, Jessica? That's interesting. We're here on guest night though. Once I stop this, I'm gonna watch Game of Thrones. Just to be honest. I don't get my movie tonight, so I'm gonna at least watch Game of Thrones tonight. I'm not gonna save it to watch it with friends.
Like it's been on for a minute. Like,
wait, you've been watching? You're watching it right now?
I don't know.
User blah blah blah. Are you watching it without me?
And I've seen something. I am because you were taking too long. You were taking way too long.
You're right.
I waited.
We never organized it either, so it's my bad.
No, we can. I can restart it because honestly, like I'm missing bits and pieces here, but I saw something that I did not like.
Sexual? Something sexual? Probably something sexual.
Something incestual, like something like
Oh.
something. Yeah, like it's.
Don't ruin it.
And
no,
I'm like,
no spoilers.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but I don't know. First episode in, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this season.
They said that this season, the first episode, is nothing like the other ones because they spent all the money on the first episode.
Oh, wow.
The money on the first episode it's supposed to be like a 55-minute battle for like the beginning of the episode. It's supposed to be just like a really intense battle scene. And then there's supposed to be stuff that happens afterwards. That's why it's like a really long episode. But I am disappointed in me not seeing Disclosure Day because you have no idea how much I really want to watch this, but I can't. So there's been this problem. I've been staying at my parents' house, but I've been having like a hard time actually like having a good. I'm not like actually like good at being around, even though I'm around. It's hard to say, but like I'm here, but I'm over here. So it's like I'm here, but I'm here. Or I'm working on something over there, or I'm trying to get something done, or if I do like a Zoom meeting, or if I do a Zoom audition, I'm like not disturb. Like you can't disturb me. Or if I end up being like last week, like these last couple of days, I just have not been sleeping very well. So I've been like a ghost during the day. And then like I've been like a night owl. And I don't like having that schedule. So I need to try to flip it. So I'm not going to be going, I'm not going to be staying up super late tonight. And I'm not going to be doing the, like going out to go see a movie at like 11 at night just to get out of the house. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, there's been things, some decisions I've made, which it's like, oh, or I could wait to do it at night and then, like, no one will disturb me. And it's like, yeah, but I still need to show up for a 99-year-old grandmother. It's hard to try to balance. Also, I haven't lived here as for adults, when you go back to your parents' house, it's just so different. I miss being a kid in some ways, but like I don't actually miss living here. like, like, I do.
Do you ever like?
What?
Do you ever like book hotels? Like, I don't know, like a weekend stay at a hotel, like just to give yourself like personal me time? Like, are you always?
I don't know what I would do if I did that. Like, what would I be doing? Like, I got my live stream in a hotel room. Like I do a live stream every day, so I'd still have to like have that documented. I guess. I mean, I could do a hotel. I don't like wasting money, and I feel like when I put money into myself to make myself feel like, I do miss you, Juno, but you're here every day. You're not here every day? Well, then I guess I don't miss you enough. Because I don't notice that you're not here every day, but I think you're here all the time. It's nice to have people coming in and saying the words. We have Kerrigan here, user, Bex, and M. Did you see how I said user instead of user 115500? Did you see that? Did you see that user blah blah blah? Did you see I did that?
I prefer user blah 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 because I worked hard on that. Like,
you did not. You did not work hard on that, and I can't give you that. But I can tell you you're special. You want me to say that? You're special.
Where is everyone from in here?
Well, let's see if I can remember this. So we've got a girl from North Carolina who could be a robot. Her name's User. We have Kerrigan that lives close to Nashville, but not in Nashville. We have Bex that's in California, but which Bex is this? Is this the Bex in California? Let's find out. Bex, is this the Bex in California?
No.
Okay, where do you live, Bex? Which state? Boston?
We're in Boston, like Boston, or
Boston, yeah.
do you know where Melrose is?
Yep.
That's where my ex is from.
That's where I'm from.
No, shit, wait, no, you're lying.
That's-
How old are you?
She's I thought you were in our age group, right, Bex?
I'm not.
Which Bex is this?
How old is your ex?
Well, no, because if you, I want to know how old you are because his family is like extensive there. Like they run deep.
What does his last name start with?
Well, his last name is Coles, but they're also his family is Thompson, Campner. Like they're all over. That's why I was like wondering.
Small world.
Yeah. Small world. Yeah, my family's from Melrose.
That is literally so funny. And then he's got a ton of family in Newton, Mass. And do you know where? Okay, this is actually so weird. Do you know where Waltham is? Waltham.
Yeah.
I dated a guy for like 6 months whenever I was like 17 who was going to college there, and I would like go up and see him.
Where are you from?
I'm from Dallas.
Oh, okay, yeah, you said that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But Seth's from Melrose. That is so funny. Anytime
Melrose is nice. Yeah.
So
and
majority of you actually are just in a completely different time zone than me. It is not 8:53 for any of you.
It's
Yeah.
11:53 here.
10:53.
Getting so late these days, guys. People staying up for me. You guys are doing great being with me. It's a place in space, though, that remember, it is Sunday and it is Father's Day. If you have not yet said Happy Father's Day to someone, now's the time to do it. If you want to talk about your father in the chat, yes, you can. but do you really want to? Is your father really someone that should be mentioned in this chat? In my live stream experience, I'd like to mention my father because this live stream tonight is dedicated to Dennis Magrdichian, my papa. That's right. He's in the house watching TV. What was he watching? A TV show that I don't watch as well. But we do have some things that cross over. It's almost 11 for you, Kerrigan. That sounds about right. You know, you're more central time. It is nice to have people be within it. I don't know if you're looking for a live stream experience that has me allowing people into it, but on Sundays, it's kind of all up in the air. We played some video games. We're probably not going to return to playing Mario Kart. Eventually, I'll stop the live stream to watch House of Dragons. But before I do that, we're still here in the live stream experience where you can tap on the screen. You can explore the gift gallery if you really want to, but you don't have to. What you can do more than anything, if you don't want to spend any money, which I understand, I don't even like spending money. You can just tap on the screen and share the live stream, and that shares the live stream with the world. And that actually is the most like that's the best and most appreciated contribution you can make by being here, liking it, and sharing it. It makes the live stream experience gets thrown into that algorithm. And it is nice to have tons of slices in the live stream and corn. Everyone loves corn. As I do make the place to space, we talk about the tea. We've gotten to know that M has things going on in her life. Bex has things going on in her life. We found out today that user blah 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 misses her sugar daddy, which was really interesting. And Kerrigan also misses her sugar daddy as well. We have two people that really miss their sugar daddies, and one person.
I also miss my sugar daddy.
And you've gotten the most points.
Wow.
You've gotten 100 points in this live stream. People love you, girl. Look, you got 100 points. Did you thank the people that gave you those gifts?
I don't know who gave it to me.
Oh well, it did tell you at one point. You probably just didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
If you click on it, it tells you, I think.
Yeah, and also if you're in the live stream experience and you're trying to figure out.
Oh, and it was user blah blah blah.
No way! I had no idea. Even though it tells me, oh, thanks for that. I do appreciate the heart. It is nice to have it.
User blah blah blah.
Oh, you did send it to user blah blah blah. Hearts for user blah blah blah. Pump, pump, pump. The live stream experience is here for you to be pumping it up if you want to pump it up. But if you're trying to become someone's sugar daddy, or if you're trying to get yourself a sugar mama, I don't have any advice because I've never had one. But we have great people here that have gotten them before. Apparently, if you have a friend that's getting hit on and that friend just isn't having it, you can get that guy's number and you could get yourself a sugar daddy in that way. But I don't know. What's a good strategy to get a sugar daddy? What would you say?
Well, things have changed. Like there's apps and stuff.
So are you saying that you should like?
Well, okay. I think I had mentioned that this was okay. So this was pre-dating apps. This is like, forever ago. I was 18 and I was living in Austin, and I was like serial dating at the time. Well, a guy that I had met, I had like I was driving a Mustang, and I totaled it, and like I don't know, I knew that this guy had money, and I was just kind of like ranting about like my problems, and he was like, "Oh, like I'll help you get a new car," and he did. So.
Sounds to me like someone really knows how to turn on the flirt when it needs to happen. Am I right?
Well, what's funny is I was just honestly kind of ranting to this guy like on the phone, and also, oh man, I think I had my phone bill was like $200 that month because I had like ran up like 100 minutes or something talking to him.
That's kind of fun though, right? I always wonder.
Did I say 100? I meant like 1,000. I like 1,000 minutes. Sorry, I think I said 100. I meant it was like a $200 phone bill. And it was like over 1,000 minutes I had talked to just him.
I'm trying to think like if I was to spoil a girl that like I've never met but like wanted to be their like sugar daddy or something. How would I go about doing it? Maybe send them gift cards? I keep saying that, but
well,
I don't know what I do.
Like, what's super weird is like back in the day, if someone wasn't giving you like cash, you either had to like PayPal. I that's like the only reason why I had a PayPal.
And the other one was I remember having to go pick up Western Union money orders from like
Money order. I do a money order. Now that's how I would spoil
Yeah.
my
That's old
money
school.
order.
That's old
Classic.
school.
I remember I had to do a money order for when I became a teacher because that's how I had to pay for my credentials. They were like, we only accept money orders. And I was like, oh, I don't know what that is. So I don't know what I need to do. And I remember I had to ask my mom and she explained to me that I need to go to the bank. So it's like, oh, easy. I know what to do. Yes, I still didn't. They helped me out a lot at the bank. I really appreciate it. That's back when the bank was called Washington Mutual. Thank you, WAMU, for helping me place my first money order. Yes. Yeah, I know that it's not. I'm sponsoring a company that doesn't exist anymore, so it's feels a little nicer. Anyways, the live stream experience is here for you if you're here for it. The place is a space, and I think if I was a sugar daddy, I'd be good at it, right? Wouldn't I? Does that mean that I don't get to have kids with the girl if I'm their sugar daddy? What?
No.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay, I'd be really bad at it.
Well, there are different arrangements, all right, different strokes for different folks, all right. So let's not jump to conclusions, guys. All
Yeah.
right, because there's all types of arrangements. Like, okay, the best one, and Happy Pride Month. I'll mention this one. I met this guy while I was like cocktail waitressing at like a really snazzy hotel whenever I was like 18. And this guy was so sweet. He was amazing. He was totally 100-footer. You could tell he was gay from 100 feet away. He was such a sweetheart. And I was obsessed with him. And he like vibed with me. And he was like, look, like I work for, because you guys don't understand what year, this was like 2010 or something. And he was like, look, I work like a super like corporate job. We're having like I think it was like a Christmas party, and he was like, I need a date. Like, will you be my arm candy? And that guy gave me $1,500 to like go to like a super nice.
Oh, I would have gone.
Like
$1,500 for that.
Yeah. And
that
so
sounds fun.
everything.
Did you get did you get to dance?
Yeah.
You got paid to dance?
To dance and to drink and to eat, like that was such a great experience.
Were you allowed to talk, or were you supposed to just be the eye candy that was next to him?
Yeah, and I talked, and what was so funny was this was so funny because like I'd gone to the mall with him to find something to wear, and this is when BCBG was like popular.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a brand. It was really popular in like the early 2000s. I still have the dress actually. I still have it.
Okay, good.
But he bought me this dress, and at the time it was like a $300 dress, and I remember thinking like, oh my god, like. This guy's like really got money. Like that's so crazy. Like he's just like throwing it around. Yeah, so
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I was like, too bad he's not like straight, but that.
No, I think in this case it's a good thing he wasn't straight, because then he probably would have already been taken. You said he was attractive, right? There's no way he would have been single
attractive.
then. Yeah.
He was attractive.
You lucked out because he was gay. Because the attractive guys that like all the women want that are gay, they really actually kind of get some of the attention from the best women. I guess I'm envious in some ways. I mean, come on. Like, they could just seal the deal, but they, if they're not feeling it, they're not feeling it. I'm not going to be here saying that people are, never mind. It's not important. Anyways, the live stream experience has me saying all sorts of words and phrases. You could be part of it too. We're learning about the sugar daddy things. If I was a sugar daddy, I think I would just take them to buy dresses for them or something. But I'd also want them to be pregnant. So it'd be confusing. I would have a hard time. I don't think I'd be good at being a sugar daddy now that I think about it. Unless like they were just online. Like if it was like someone I watched.
Older. He didn't want kids.
What?
My sugar daddy was older. He didn't want kids.
He didn't want
like
kids?
Late 60s.
That makes sense. But then again,
like he had like grown kids that were like older than me, so he just wanted somebody young.
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, I mean, if I was a sugar daddy, when you're saying be pregnant, yeah, I mean, like, I don't really want to be a sugar daddy. I just want to be a husband and have like a wife. I don't even really want a girlfriend. I just want the wife. I don't want the girlfriend, because then you could break up and then you don't get married and then you don't have the kids. But then again, I do also want to make sure to pick the right person. So maybe I do have to have some sort of girlfriend trial and error thing, which my friend Rocco always tells me that like probably gonna have to have like at least like several bad relationships, which I don't think so. I've already had the bad relationships without having like the real drama there. So then no one can be like, oh, do you remember that night where we were like at that spa? And it's like, that never happened because I don't do things like that. So it's like, my kids won't have to deal with like, running into a girl at the grocery store. They're like, Dad, how do you know that girl? And I'll be like, no, I never dated her, that's for sure. Is like what I can
No,
say.
Once you're done with someone, I think it's hard to run into them again. I have not run into like anyone that I've dated or known with my kids.
Okay, that doesn't make sense because you have an ex that you also talk to, so you do.
Okay. Alright.
Like,
No, alright. Let me rephrase. That's her dad. Okay.
I know, but it's the same thing.
The randos that I did. Well, no, because it's not like. Well, you gotta understand. Like, Seth's been in my other kids' lives, their entire life. You know. So
you cut out. You have to unmute yourself.
sorry, Sadie's my oldest, and she was a year and a half old when Jared and I got together. So Molly and Charlotte have known Seth their entire life. I'm talking about like I've never been at the grocery store. Now, I did go out with my husband somewhere a couple of years ago, and this guy was like, "Oh my God, Emily," and I was like, "Oh my God."
That's what I'm talking about. That exact situation. I don't want to deal with that.
I meant like specifically like with your kids, because like with my kids, I'm not going anywhere where I'm gonna run into like the sleazeballs that I was like talking to before.
Yet. But also, my dad doesn't have anything like that. My dad has also like the type of background where it was like he wasn't very good at dating, but once he got in the serious relationship with my mom, what are we gasping about? Did you fall down again, user?
Oh my God! Oh my God!
You fell down.
My God.
You fell down, didn't you? Are you okay?
It's the show. Oh my God.
Well, don't say anything out loud. It's a live stream experience that we aren't going to ruin anything for anyone, but it seems like there's lots of gasping. And not like the gasping that you'd like be like concerned of the person's health. Gasping like this is gasping of amazement and what? Sadness? Are you upset? What type of gasps are these?
I can't tell you. I can't.
It's okay. It's a feeling, not information.
I can't spoil it.
Amazed, shocked, scared, shocked. So gasp of shockness. Oh gosh, I can't wait to watch it. As it is a place and space where I should be sitting in a movie. Oh, thanks. I do appreciate it. I should be sitting in a movie theater right now. I'm happy to be spending time with you. It was and is still happening for a little longer because my dad's still up watching TV. When he's done watching TV, I'll go into the house and watch my episode of Game of Thrones. He doesn't like watching that stuff because of the incest, but I get it. I mean, that's the same thing my sister said too.
That's the only thing keeping your dad from watching Game of Thrones is the incest.
Yeah, my sisters too. All of my sisters have said the same thing. Yeah.
See, Jared and I, whenever we first started dating, I was like, "Oh, I want to watch Game of Thrones because, like,
And he said the opposite. He said, "I absolutely want to watch it because there's incest in it." Is that what he said?
No. Like, I was like, "Oh, I want to like I've seen episodes and like I want to get into like a show like with him at the time. Like, I was like, I want to watch a show." We started it, and like the very first scene is like she's like naked in the bathtub, but she's like portraying like a 14-year-old. And my husband was like, "Yeah, I don't know about this show." And then he started reading the synopsis, and yeah, he read about like the incest, and he was like, "I don't want to watch this." He's like, "This is weird." And so instead, we watched Sopranos together.
Which also is that's just I mean like you're switching one for the other. The Sopranos is just high crime. It's like it's not necessarily like morally. Oh, well, we're going to take the high road and watch The Sopranos. It's like, that's equally, like, there's some pretty bad stuff on there. I did watch The Sopranos, and I know what I'm talking about. But it is a place in space that has me mentioning it's a place in space for you. Kenna's here, back with us. As we were talking about sugar daddies, Kenna, I believe you are, like, you're just a baby girl, right?
Don't talk to Kenna about
Yeah, so like don't get into any of that stuff. Be really wise. Men are very tricky. And also women can be tricky too. If a woman tries to put you under their like wing.
Women are women are savage because women are thoughtful about it, and it's well planned out, and
It feels diabolical
man,
sometimes.
yeah, like in my prime, oh, this is so bad, and this is back when I you'd call like the cabs are here, like okay, I remember leaving. This is when I lived in Austin. We were leaving from going out that night, and I'd find a guy and be like, "Hey, if you want to get a cab, we can go back to my place." And I lived in North Austin, so the cabs at the time were $40 to $60 after the clubs had closed. And I'd have a guy get a cab. We'd go to my place, and I'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm so hey, it's late. Do you mind running this bag of trash out to the dumpster? I'm sorry, I'm scared." And he'd go, and I'd watch from my doorstep, and he'd run the trash out to the dumpster, and I'd lock the door and turn off the lights.
That's pretty good, actually. That's pretty funny.
No, and then guys would be banging on my door, and they'd be like, "Hey, I thought you said I was coming home with you." I'd be like, "I said that I was going home and you could come with me. I didn't say you could come inside. I didn't say you could stay." Yeah.
Well, you
Man,
did a good job.
times.
Yeah.
I miss being a savage before
Feelings and
no, not
responsibilities.
that. Before people pulled out their phone and uploaded everything to TikTok.
To be honest, I miss pranks. I can't do pranks in public because everything can be filmed. I can't do that. But you can't do any I used to do things where it's I don't want people to upload a video of me walking around asking people if they want to see this dildo I got, because I'm not going to do a prank like that. But it would have been really fun to there's this one time I did a prank in Victoria's Secrets, and I used to have some fun out in public. But now when you're out in public, I'm thinking to myself, that would look good behind me. I'll film a video of what it looks like when that's behind me. And that's how it's turned into that instead of what it was once before, which was go to Spencer's, get the batteries to whatever remote control type of dildo would be funny to put on the floor and race them or something like that. We would come up with good things. We were really thoughtful kids. Shout out to the friends I grew up with and growing up with people that would do dildo races. That was fun. Who wouldn't though? Honestly, wouldn't you want to do stuff like that still? Everything's documented.
Dude, if you were a teenager from let's say 2000 to 2012, Spencer's Gifts
was so much fun.
So
much fun.
Whenever our friend, since we can say the word dildo, whenever our friend, I want to say it was her 19th birthday, we had bought a ton of suction cup dildos and covered her car in them. And she was working at a Chili's, and she came out, and I remember we all thought it was the funniest thing ever because we live in Texas.
It still is. It's still hilarious.
And it gets hot here. So this girl is trying to wrestle off these suction cup dildos, and they're slightly melted to her car. So funny.
You know how many people would have filmed videos about that? I would have filmed a video of that happening behind me and said, "This is what it looks like when this is happening behind me. What's it look like when this is happening?" And I would have said to myself, "Oh, you need to make 8 more videos about this." I probably would have tried to make a whole bunch of more videos about that. The ones that, whenever we would do anything like that, though, I do feel like we were kind of wasteful with our money sometimes, but it was cheaper. I remember it wasn't.
They were
nothing was that expensive. Because it was more expensive to get the batteries than it was to get the actual things that we needed to power the batteries with. And I remember the dildo race thing, we left them there. But I just don't remember what we did with a lot of this stuff. Because we were just wasteful.
Who did you do that with? G? Or
no,
Dave?
Someone that's not in the live stream. But we also did it. It was a church outing.
Well, and a lot of those stores, I think that they still do them because I went to a Hot Topic not that long ago. But I know Spencer's Gifts. It used to be it would be buy one get 2 free, or if you were signed up to their email club, your account would have discounts, so you would buy stuff like that, and then you get to the register and they're like, "Oh, do you want a third one for 50 cents?"
I mean, to be honest,
all right.
Everything was just so much cheaper. It's so crazy to think that those jokes would be real investments now. before it was like pocket change. It was like whatever you can get. You get the cheapest things, and there'd always be something. But now it's like nothing's like that anymore. It doesn't really feel that way. What's going on here? We getting another request to have Brat X in the live stream? All right. Well, you're in the chat. Is everyone well connected? Everyone can hear each other? We've got another guest in the live stream.
Yeah.
Nice to have you here.
Hey.
We're talking about sugar daddies.
I've never been in one.
You've never been in one? Well, welcome to. Oh, the girl that I was watching earlier, it's requesting that I like invite her in, the one that we did the co-host with. Well, I wasn't watching her. You guys were watching her battle me. The one that was from the one that never mind. Let's just keep going. The live stream experience is here for you if you're here for it. It was requesting that I invite in guests. It's been requesting I do so. It's been telling me that a lot of people have been coming in and watching the live stream. Some people are here all the time. Some people haven't been here in a while. It's nice to have people coming in. We have Brat here for the first time. Brat, you want to say something about like watching my live streams? It says that we do follow each other, so I'm assuming you did let me know that you weren't a robot at some point in time.
Like just like partially, like bionic type of thing.
To be honest, all of the viewers that are here right now have all told me whether they're a robot or not. Pretty much every single one of the viewers that I follow back has answered that question. So I am appreciative that you guys have been. And if you want to be a robot, I'm not going to tell you you can't be. Your dreams are your dreams. Cyborgs are cyborgs. It's a robot. It's true. You might be one tomorrow. You never really know. Anyways, the live stream's rewatchable, so do be mindful. But you say Brat X, Bratexy. How do I say this?
Brat.exe.
So,
But like my real name is Nick. That's just like my screen name.
What would you like me to call you?
Nick is fine.
All right, Nick. Nice to have you here. Thanks for joining in and being part of it. Do you have any sugar daddy or sugar mama stories to share? Because that is the topic of tonight. Like, we can just
What
kind of
are we like allowed to discuss on here?
Oh, it's still a PG. Whatever. Let's just let this be whatever we want it to be this one time. As it is a place in space, I will mark this YouTube live stream experience. It'll be rewatchable. For those that do want to rewatch this live stream, it's going to get marked. So it's not necessarily going to be as easy to access. That means I'm going to unlist it. So it won't be achievable unless you find it through a link, which I'll post on the Discord server. But by doing so, I'm now saying it's PG-13 / almost R. I don't want it to be an 18. I don't want to get flagged in the live stream to have it be an yes, it's an after dark live stream basically, but we still can't talk completely out of context because TikTok has its own algorithm and its own monitoring system that will put it into a category that won't share it with more people if I get stuck in the 18 plus category. So just be mindful of what you say. Just don't worry about YouTube so much, but worry about the robots, programs, and algorithms that are here analyzing us on the tickety talk. But yeah, you can still talk about. I mean, when it comes to sugar daddies or sugar mamas, how bad's your story on a scale from 1 to 10?
I mean, I just had a range of experiences, but I'd say it's like fun. I'd say it's like novel. I wouldn't like. I feel like some people, it's like their like lifestyle, but I would say it's like hobby-ish, you know.
It's nice to have someone say that they only dated older women in their teens. I wish I dated older women when I was younger. Made such a mistake. I'm looking at M and thinking to myself, maybe I made the wrong decision. I was approached. I never really was cool with it. So, but hey, you know what? You live, you learn. But Brett, I'd love to hear any story you have to tell us that is in the perimeters of not making it too cringeworthy. Like as long as it's not like really cringy, you're good.
Okay, well, the first time I was like approached by one was at a bar, and like it was like when I like just recently had my birthday to be 21, and so it was like my first bar, and I was just standing, next to it because like the bartender was really nice. Um, and it was like a dance club, and I was like listening to the music, and then this like guy comes up to me, and he's like visibly like at least like 60, and I was like, and I mean I'm nice, so I was like hello, like hi, and he was just talking to me, da da da, and so then he was like, I don't remember exactly what was like exchanged, but he was like, are you drinking anything? And like he bought me like a drink or so or whatever. And then it ended up he was like showing me his hotel, and like at least the city I live in, there's like celebrities and like things like that in air quotes. And so it was like a nice hotel, and I was like, sure, like we can go there. And so then like I guess to like glaze over certain details, but he ended up having like a plane or whatever, and he like offered, I think, to like skydive or something, but I barely remember. But he did like pay for all of my textbooks that semester, so that was really fun.
Man, I need to get myself one of these experiences where someone pays for all my crap. I have not had this happen. You guys are all making it sound like I'm missing out on one part. Well, I guess I've already missed that part of the youth. If I would have been able to get it when I was youthful. Well, then again, people have bought me a lot of things. Actually, I have been spoiled, but not necessarily in a romantic way, or with lustful eyes. I guess we would say. And it seems like M's saying something about dating people her own age, which is good for her, but not people that are younger than her, which is good for her. Um,
Well, I mean, this was like well over 10 years ago that this was happening, but like whenever I went through my serial dating phase to like get everything kind of out of the way, out of my system, like I said, this was like you just met people, and like I said, every guy that came into the bar that I worked at and like seemed interested, I gave them my phone number. So it was always kind of like balls in your court. And but yeah, I never dated anyone. I think I went out with a guy like one time that was like a year younger than me, and it just, I don't know.
you
It
felt
felt
so
like
old.
yeah, I don't
Like,
know. Well, it wasn't that. It just, I don't know. He just, I mean, I'll tell you he was like a freshman at UT Austin, and he was like in a frat, and like his mom and his dad like paid for his apartment, and like he was just, I don't know, like I don't know, maybe I was just that guy, but that seems like every guy I met that age, and maybe it's where I was living and the time of my life, but dating older people has its ups and downs, but a lot of times there's a lot of benefits.
yeah, I'm sure. Like you can help them get up the stairs because maybe you can help them stretch because their back hurts. Older people are great, oh, so fantastic, but they're scary sometimes because they're getting old. But then again, also at the same time, I don't know. It's to each their own. Having older sisters, you never went looking for dates. I don't understand. What do you mean? Having older sisters, you never went looking
Is he
for
saying he like
dates.
dated his sisters?
Are you? Did you
Who's
date?
you?
Did you date your sister's friends? Because I thought about that, but my sisters definitely would have definitely spearheaded that. But who spoiled me? Um, Family members, sisters, friends. Yeah. So were your sisters younger than you or older than you? Or did you have a twin sister that had friends that were in your same class or something? Or were you dating older or younger? If I dated my sister's friends, they would have been like 9 years older than me, 6 years older than me, or 3 years older than me. And I felt weird about talking to a girl that would be 1 year older than me or 1 year younger than me up until I was like maybe 25. Uh, I just thought it was like super weird to date anyone that wasn't the same age as me, or to even think about it. But then, as I've gotten older, I've started to realize there is. I'm happier with this idea that I can date someone that's about like really 7 to 8 years younger than me and 7 to 8 years older than me. I usually say in my live streams 10 years older or 10 years younger. But to be honest, it sounds more like seven goes both ways, right? That's a really good rule. The 6-7 rule or the 7-7-8 rule. Which rule is better?
Wait, what is the rule?
I will date someone that is 7 to 10 years younger than me.
You're 37, right, Benjamin?
36. But I love telling people I'm 37.
Okay.
You
And
don't
you
want to
wanna-
date somebody older than you. You want to have
That's-
kids. So that
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
make
what I was
sense.
just about to say. Like,
You
there
want
are
to
a
date
lot of
somebody
people.
close to your age or younger.
Yeah,
You
I
want to
mean,
have kids.
yeah, if I
Yeah.
find like the right girl that if I found the right girl that was younger than me and I wanted to really make kids with them and they wanted to make kids but they weren't ready yet and they're like the perfect girl to make kids with, I would wait and I would date someone that's younger than me. But I wouldn't want to wait that much longer because, well, I've always been like, I want to be a dad. So, well, if they already had like a kid, maybe. I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. But it's like, when it comes to being older, there's also some girls that like, I get it. If I dated someone that was kind of older, there's like a more likelihood that some of those girls might not want to go through the pregnancy experience and they might want to adopt. And I'm not necessarily, that's why I keep telling people I would love to have a wife that I got them pregnant and that we went through the whole thing that's traditional, where, you basically have to deal with their belly getting big and whatnot. And that's a beautiful process of, creating a family. But creating a family is creating a family. If that's not necessarily part of it and they can't get pregnant because of like genetic reasons or maybe they've miscarried too many times or something, or maybe they just like can't have kids because it's like, I don't know, there's all sorts of things. There's all sorts of reasons like that there could be, or they like could just like lack the ability. There's like people that like are born but with like they're like people that are like born and they're like not what's the word? They're not fertile or something. Like they can't reproduce because because like they were born and it like the way that their body developed, it was kind of like they won't be able to their like body didn't develop in the way that makes it so then they can actually ever carry kids. So I don't know. There's just all these things that I've heard, and there's like a bunch of girls I've met that I've been like, oh well, if they were like interested, maybe like they're like a good person in society as long as they bring something to the table and they're not like working the street corner from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Like as long as they have like a lifestyle that I also want my kids to see that they've had. I mean, honestly though, if I met a girl that was working a street corner from 10 to 2 a.m., what's her backstory? Did she ever get to decide to do that?
Well, she must be pretty good if she's
Wait,
only working
as
from
in a
10 to 2.
You're right. You're right.
Dude,
Yeah.
ladies of the night start at like 8 until like 8 in the morning.
Yeah, don't have Kim to someone who already has a kid. You're too nice. And thanks for saying it. To be honest, I don't want to be in a relationship with someone that I have to like fit into their relationships. What?
The first time that I opened up a few weeks ago or like a month ago about your friend with the laugh who reminds me of that guy who was like the guy kind of the one that got away.
Yeah.
Remember that was like my thing with him is that like after I got my first divorce, he like reached out to me again and he was just too nice. Like trust me, I wanted to be with him so bad. We had like such a great connection, like all this stuff, but like I didn't want my baggage of me like having a kid and him having to deal with like my ex. Like I think you have to be a very certain type of person to be with someone who already has a kid. I'm not saying that people who already have kids are damaged or whatever. You are just like a very, very like nice person, and I think that you very much deserve to like start a family with someone where it's like just you guys. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that does make sense. I kind of feel that way, but also at the same time, with all that's happened in my life so far and seeing all the different types of red flags and the different type of people I've run into, I think at the end of the day, if I meet someone that undeniably communicate with in a way that is like, oh, you understand me. We're on the same page. I understand you. Being on the same page as someone when you verbally like and through text, any source of communication, if you can be on the same page as someone, it's an insane rarity. And as I'm getting older, I'm seeing that more. And there's some people that I look back at and go, I didn't realize how much we were able to get on the same page. And the person they're with isn't terrible for them, but I understood that it was never going to go anywhere with us. But also at the same time, the way I communicated with them is like, well, now I'm trying to replicate that. I'm trying to find something that's similar to how I was able to be like forward and also honest, but also not a dick. And like have a bad day and be able to talk to them and not freak out. And then also see them on their bad days and be able to communicate with them, to be able to show up for them, to be able to give them space without having to leave the environment. Like there's one friend I had where she was she was going through some things mentally. We're not going to get into that definitely, but she needed space, but then also like she needed someone to still be around. So it was kind of like it was a friendship where it was kind of like I saw where I could just like at least be there, and you know I'm like around, but I'm not around. Like I'm giving her space, but I'm just like 20 feet away. But I'm definitely on my own thing. Like I'm doing my own thing. She's doing her own thing. Life's too short to not try. Absolutely. But at the same time, there are certain relationships that I can see a red flag when I see it. And there's some people that like I I have my own like buttons that once they get pushed, and if a person pushes a certain button, you can't unpush it. And you've already pushed it. So it's kind of like the button already was pushed, so I know you'll say something like that, and that's not something I want to hear. So uh, I won't. I won't like give them another chance. I see we got Brett who fell out, and we gotten you back in. I didn't see that at first. Nice to have you here. Thanks for being patient. We've got people coming in from all walks of life. If you don't like being in my live stream, well, there's plenty of other live streams to watch. But if you do like being within this one, my dad's probably going to be done watching TV within the next 20 to 30 minutes. So do be in it to be in it while it's happening live, as you can be part of it. It is documented on the YouTube for you to be able to look back at it. I'm going to put this as an unlisted live stream experience. So you guys can say whatever you want. Plus, I actually disclosed a couple things that I even said right there. That'd be, maybe it should be unlisted. But maybe it won't be because I'll forget about it. Who knows? Regardless, I'd have to wait for it to upload first, and then I'll have to set it. So you have some time to watch it before I make it unlisted. But once I make it unlisted, you'll only be able to get to it through a link. That's what it means. It means that like you can't go to my profile and just find it. So if I unlist a video, even here on TikTok, I could do the same thing. You can do the same thing on any platform. But it is nice to have people be part of it. Tell us secrets.
Wait, so are you like nocturnal?
Who's nocturnal?
I mean, maybe it's just because I do things during the day, but like whenever I get on, you're on at night.
Oh, I'm in California. Where are you coming from?
I live in Nashville.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm in a different time zone than you. So
Wait, but so is it like nighttime?
it is, but it's 9 p.m. for me. Like,
Oh,
yeah, so but
Benjamin, do not laugh because there are some nights that I know you're getting on. And
Oh.
It's like 10 o'clock your time.
it is, yeah.
But later. So I totally and you stay up super late and then you like go and have these productive days and then you're up again like the very next night.
Yeah, I don't know how I can do that sometimes, but also I've been messing up my sleep schedule, so I do need to get back onto that. But yeah, we did 8 hours on Thursday, which went till like 4 in the morning, right?
Oh my gosh.
We were up. Yeah, it is an interesting one, and it is a place in space that I can adjust. He's on when the fam is sleeping. It's actually a lot easier for me to do live streams when everyone is sleeping. That is also part of like when I live stream in the kitchen, you'll hear my dad ask sometimes like when the live stream's going to be over so he can turn the TV back on and watch TV because he knows he can't Because if I do a live stream in the kitchen, I need the entire audio to be something that I can own the rights to. So I can't have anything on that I don't own the rights to. Which I thought was funny when I've told my mom this a ton of times, and she sometimes forgets too. And she always has like her, but it's your Uncle Tom's music. And it's like, my Uncle Tom's a musician, guys. He does make music. He's been involved with other bands and stuff, but he has told me not to play his music on my live stream because I don't own the rights to the music. So, like, my mom was playing his song in the background when he was coming to like get my grandma one time, and I was like, "You gotta stop it." And she took her time with shutting it off, but I think she understands. I know my dad understands now, but he kept trying to put the TV on. He would put it on really softly, and if if YouTube picks up even a hint of Disney property or Disney IP, well, it'll get shut off like immediately on YouTube. So it's like super weird. It's hard to do the live streams sometimes within the family's proximity, and then other times it's really easy. It depends. The one that was the easiest was when I was living with Arturo, because he would just put on headphones. My dad, it's harder for him to do that. Arturo's like a young kid. My dad's an older man that it's like hard for him to really like do that stuff and to use all the technology. And yeah, it's harder on my parents. I mean, Arturo's like the same age as me. It wasn't hard on him at all. But maybe it was. I never asked him. But if it was, I'm sure 90% of my friends would be like, "Oh, so you're going to be whiny about this?" Like, there's no way it inconvenienced him to a degree that it was like uh, his lifestyle had to change drastically. I paid my side of the rent. I never went more than like, I think there's one time that I went 13 days because I was waiting for a check to pay rent, and that's like the longest that I was ever late on rent. Because I remember because Venmo has all these transactions, and I went back and looked at it, and I was like, "Oh right, oh." I still feel weird about that. Remember when I say I remember things, guys? I remember pretty much everything. I do remember that because I also made myself really, really guilty about it. And then the next day, he needed the money to like buy a new tire because his tire went flat. It was interesting. Whose parents are stubborn? Whose parents are stubborn? Semi nocturnal? Maybe. So I had a really good sleeping schedule up until I started doing live streams in the later half of last year. I never really broke my sleeping schedule. I was always in bed at the same time, and I was really, really, really good at it. And I always woke up at the same time for about over a decade, because when you work in film too, you're like your call times are gonna be from any time between 4 a.m. and 6:30. So my body like automatically went into this state where it would be like able to wake up really easily between 4 a.m. and 6:30, as long as I went to bed between 10 and 12. And I did that for like a full decade, and my body remembers it still. So I still wake up automatically at 6:30, even if I can sleep in. Even if I stop my live stream at 4 in the morning, and then I go to sleep, my body will still wake up at 6:30. Does anyone else have something like that going on with them? You guys must have that, right? Or no?
Yeah, I do. Like, I wake up every day at like 4 in the morning, like to use the restroom, and then like I go back to sleep. It happens every day, like same time, 4:30. Um, I
That's
don't know
good.
why though.
Has anyone put obstacles in the way of you getting to the bathroom to see if like you're like awake and alert and attentive, motor skills are there? Has anyone ever done that to you?
No, I don't think so.
Hmm. Well, if we knew each other in person, I definitely would do that to you. The live stream experience is here for you if you're here for it. I guess I'm outing myself in a way. But when it comes to like making it fun for like coexisting with other people, sometimes you see their schedule and you want to see like, would they notice if I did this, or would they notice if I did that? One time I got a clock, like a grandfather clock, and my mom was at work, and I moved it into the house and I put it in a specific section, and I made a deal with my dad, and I said, let's see how long it takes mom to realize that there's a grandfather clock in the house. She recognized it immediately. She saw it so fast. There was no time. That woman knew. But I was like, I just test things. You have insomnia, so I just don't sleep. That sucks.
It's so much fun to prank people, though.
It is, especially when it's early morning pranks. Early morning pranks are the best. And you see the side of people that are like, you're not really going to put up with any of me right now. Like, okay, all right.
I never did early morning pranks. We would do like mid-afternoon pranks.
Oh, those
I
are
don't.
nice, I guess. Yeah.
I don't think I have the bandwidth to be prank.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I would lose like patience with that one.
That makes sense. And have your daughters ever pranked you?
Not like anything I can immediately. Oh, I guess like they've done stuff where like we've gone out where everyone got like bubble tea and they all like ran out and like ran to my car with my keys and like walked me out of my car.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know. I guess it's like because like I had my kids young and like they're young and I still like feel young. So, like they do, and like I'm the youngest of 4 siblings and all my siblings were a lot older than me. But like I don't know, they like do stuff that I feel like little siblings would do. So it like pisses me off because like that's like my job, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess. Yeah, like they, but I don't know if they haven't like planned any like elaborate pranks though. But as far as like little stuff like that, yeah.
I used to do stand up, and one of the things I would do is the pranks my sisters and I would do on each other. And my sister Suzanne did a tampon prank on me where she like threw tampons in my bed, but made them look like they'd been used. And oh, that was next level. That was next level prank. Yeah, they hadn't been. She was using ketchup, but it did still like really affect me a lot because I was.
So how did you react?
I don't know. There was some time where I had a hard time being like attracted. Like I was attracted to women, but I was also like disgusted with how much I was learning about the female body from my sisters because they were like just telling me about all their business, and I was like, I don't want to know any of this crap. I mean, it's more appealing when it's not a family member for it to be like, oh, that's fascinating, kind of to a degree. But when it's like a family member, it's like it's just straight up gross and disgusting, and it's just like I don't want to hear any of this stuff, you know. But yeah, as the baby of the family, I didn't really get a say in what I was exposed to and when. And, you know, like I was like the 7-year-old that already knew all of the things that I shouldn't have known. That was very interesting. Yeah, my dad once, I remember one time we were sitting at the table and my sisters were talking about their special downtown area, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Their vaginas, as they say. And like what they were doing.
Vagina is not a bad word.
No, it's not. That's why I just said it anyways. So they were talking about them, and we were eating dinner as like a family, and my mom just so happened to not be there that night because she needed to work late. So my dad's in charge, and I was sitting next to my dad, and my sisters are going to town, talking really intensively about all of it. You know, about the smells and all of the jazz and the things and
At
the
the dinner
vats.
table?
At the dinner table. And
Oh my god!
and I look at my dad and go, "Are you gonna let them do this?" And I'm like, I'm 12 at this point in my life, and I was like, "Are you really gonna let them do this right now? Like, do you really want to listen to this?" My dad like looks at me, does the, and he put his head down to eat, and just like didn't acknowledge me, and I was like, "Can you please do something?" And he didn't look back up at me until we were done. Until he was done eating. He just knew. He knew that there was nothing he can do. If he did anything, it would have made it worse, and it would have gotten even more disgusting. And then they probably would have talked about even more aspects of it. But or like my sister.
My stepdad would not have allowed that at all.
I mean, I want to raise a family where that is not acceptable at the dinner table at any moment in time. But my sister used to pull this card where it's like, why can't we talk about it? We should talk about it. Like a burden for us. We're gonna need to bear kids and stuff. She would always try to justify it that like it needs to be discussed, but it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, well, why we're eating?
Never allowed around the men in our family. Like my mom made sure that like if we talked about it, it was with either her or my sisters. Like it was never around like their brothers or like uncles or anything like that.
Yeah,
That was just all.
I think that
Wait,
my
so do you
wife's
think like genitalia is disgusting or just vagina?
no at the dinner table. I think you shouldn't
I
talk
think
about
all thoughts like
you,
that
you
is
can't talk
awful.
about your balls or your vagina. If you have both, that's great. Or if you had both, that's great. But you can't talk about that at the table. You should not talk about
There should also be
those things.
discussing like you
Oh
can't
my
talk
God,
about it with like
Let's say we're
brother
going
or
out to eat at a
like,
restaurant and we're like in the waiting area waiting for the table. Can we talk about it there?
that's where my sisters would talk about it too. So I guess sometimes it depends on the circumstance. If my sister was having like really bad cramps and she just needed to like she like needed help in some ways or just like she's really uncomfortable, she can mention it. That's absolutely fine. But getting into the deep details of it is absolutely unnecessary. It's not
it's
necessary.
not appropriate for them to be discussing it with their brother though.
No,
That's
but they
just weird.
they did. They used to all the time. I think that at the end of the day, um, there's little that they could say that they'd be able to justify any of it. And the one sister that I think would come to the table to try to make it so then she's like right, would have a really hard time saying that she's wrong. And she would try everything to like move the I think my sisters that's why my sisters say that they're afraid that my wife won't like them. Is because there's a good chance that my wife probably won't even let my sisters be around my kids because there's a slight I won't I'm not I've given up. I won't stop them. If they want to talk about certain things, I won't do anything anymore. Like I've gotten used to it. I know. I should probably be like not used to it. But
Seems like you got some like Freudian like energy going on in this household.
I'm sorry, what?
That's just wild though.
Floridian? Wait, what did you say?
Freudian,
Boyden?
like Sigmund Freud.
Oh, I don't understand this saying. I don't understand this connection. Wait, what is it?
Like Sigmund Freud was like a philosopher and like how do I like
Yeah, I don't know what this saying is.
Like Oedipus complex and like stuff
yes
like
and
that.
like
and-
Electra, things like that.
Oh.
I mean, that is like very inappropriate stuff for your sisters to have talked about around you. Like, it's one thing to be like comfortable in your body and be open with your family, but that's weird. That's like borderline abusive.
I mean, to this day, my sister will double down. One of my, not all of them, one of them will. She will defend the fact that she should be able to talk about it and that I should have to listen to it. And it took us years to like even get to a place to where there's kids in the house and she knows she can't. So she can't do it
At least
anymore.
you would be respectful when you have kids then, right?
I honestly I have no idea. Because weren't we in this didn't I tell you guys that my like niece like texted a photo to my sisters
Yes, I remember that.
of her butt and like it was like encouraged at first because they were like you have such a good
Like a
butt.
nude
But
photo?
then no, not a nude photo. But that's still it shouldn't be that's not appropriate even if it's nude or not nude. No one should be sending butt photos to family members. That's what's
And
the
you shouldn't be
point?
encouraging it. For
Yeah.
a kid.
What's the point of sending butt photos? Like it's not like a spicy. It's not a spicy thing. It's she was just doing it. I think to show off the fashion too. Like look at my shorts and look at how they look and like look at how my. I don't want to say it, but it's like she's an innocent little girl. She's weird. I just don't know. I don't know. Like, so like there was many times where there were arguments on how we need to be able to talk about it in the house. But over the years, it's just been more apparent that it was just straight up unnecessary. And like, I remember one time we were having a conversation and my sister was just talking about how she had cramps and everything and how like her flow was really heavy or something. And I remember I retorted with, Yeah, my erections have been really painful lately because my pants are just like not big enough and like it hurts. And she was like, "You can't say that." And I was like, "It kind of feels like we're talking about our own genitalia, so I think I should be able to." And this was at the point where I was like 22, which meant I was basically I always kind of had an erection, which meant I was always uncomfortable, which was true at that point in time. So I was like, hey, if you want to talk about being uncomfortable, we totally can. But like, when I was 22, it was basically like, I don't know what the hell was going on down there. But even if I paid attention to it, it would still just do its thing. And I was like, there's nothing I can do about this. So what do I do? Like, I remember I went to the doctor and I asked, and they were like, oh no, that's normal. I was like, oh. What?
I feel like there is like a difference though between like talking to your like sibling about your cramps versus like talking to your sibling about your erection.
Now I would say that, but she wasn't just talking about her cramps. She was talking about her flow, how much blood was coming out. So that is not the same as just mentioning the cramps. I
That is
do hear you.
disgusting.
You're not listening to what I'm saying, though. It's not just, she would give details. Details. I mean, one of my sisters, she would bleed through, and that's different. That's us coming to the table and being like, hey, we can see what you have going on. That's different. That's like that's not even mentioned. That's like, you're looking out for your sister. Like if I was in a situation where I had to like if I had to like take off a jacket or something so then she could tie it around her waist, no problem. Absolutely fine. It's not a big problem. That is appropriate. But then telling me all the details that are accompanied with that issue is absolutely not actually something I can handle. I had so many times where I was like, I can't handle this. Like, why are you talking to me about this? Like, I don't want to know. But then again, whoever the future wife is going to be able to tell me all sorts of crap, and I'm not probably going to be able to. I'll still find them attractive at the end of the day. I'll be like, huh, all right, well, whatever. I'm used to this, but I'm not used to like, what is this? Did she mention? I don't know. We need chlorolysis? What is chlorolysis? Am I reading that wrong?
Cialis.
Oh, 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 okay. That makes more sense. Reading is not my strong point, you wonderful people on the internet. This is definitely more of a
We'll read
PG
for you, it's
13
okay.
live stream.
Yeah, I'm getting like dyslexia.
No, I just like don't read very well. I see the dyslexic people, and I have dyslexic family members, but I have been tested, and I am not dyslexic. I just, you can read wrong and not be dyslexic. That's completely possible. But I mean, I do see some people like want to make a diagnosis, which I always think that those people are kind of like overstepping. Why do you always need to make like a diagnosis besides the dyslexic thing? Well, if it's not that, then is it this, or is it that, or is it comprehension? It's reading comprehension, isn't it? And it's like, do you have to go through and label all of the potential disabilities that could be at hand? There's so many though, but the ones that are popular are dyslexia and well, that is the popular one actually. All right. Does anyone have any more questions or anything that we're going to talk about? Besides, I don't really want to talk about the other thing with my sisters anymore. Even though I do think that I am blessed to have beautiful, wonderful sisters that show up in ways that I would definitely be a different person if they didn't. But
Your
would I really do
sisters
that
are
to them?
wild, though.
Yeah, they are wild. They are afraid though that I'll get in a relationship with someone that won't let me talk to them anymore, which is a very interesting thing to fear. My mom fears it too to a degree because of the way that relationships work between like. So the boys going into a family, normally the woman's family becomes a priority for the family rather than the male's side of the family. So, and that's traditional. Like if I married an Armenian woman, I would be at her family events more than my own family events. And my mom does worry about that. But if I marry like a woman that's like an orphan, I don't think we'll have a problem. So, that's a green flag for me, ladies. If you're an orphan,
Wait, can you still be an orphan as an adult?
I mean, I think everyone becomes an orphan at one point in time. I think so.
But
By definition of how the word works, of how it works, yeah, you can like eventually you lose your family members, and then it's just you. What do you like about your sisters? Um, we could dedicate a whole live stream to that, and we should, and that makes it easier for me by saying I'll answer that question later. Give me like a little bit of time to go through all of that stuff. No, they're great people. My sister Denise, well, she's like the mama bear of the sibling duo. We come together pretty well when we need to be together. When someone's going through something, we show up without hesitation. And we show up for each other to motivate and to make sure that each other can get something accomplished. Or like if something needs to happen and there's a time frame and that time frame is, dependent on people showing up, we won't necessarily neglect till the last minute. We'll be there from the beginning till the end, and hopefully there'll be some time for some food. Because we do eat well together. We eat well together. We know how to watch TV together. We know how to sit in the room together and be quiet, and we also know how to fight like none other. Your sister never showed.
Like, out of your sisters, are you like the Courtney or the Chloe?
I don't watch the Kardashians because I have no idea. I don't watch the Kardashians, so I don't actually know how to. I don't know what that means. The Chloe.
I think you're wrong.
I mean, in my family, we're technically the same type of. There's just as many of us. There's 4 of us, and I'm the youngest, and I'm the boy. So that's a very standard. And the Kardashians are a very standard Armenian family. So it's like that's a pretty normal thing where there's like 3 boys. Oh no, there's 3. Or it's either there's 3 boys. It's either like this is actually pretty good. There's either 3 boys or there's 3 girls and a boy. And then there's the other way of it being where it's just like 2 kids and it's like a boy and a girl. And that's very common for at least all the families I grew up around in the Los Angeles area, including the Kardashians, which our families did kind of grow up around because their dad apparently did come around when we were growing up because his father's sister, his aunt, married into our family. But the Robert Kardashian of yesteryear wasn't like the family man that you'd think. He wasn't like bringing his kids. He was like he got a divorce and he was like on his own until he like perished. Like the stories of him coming around my family aren't him bringing his kids. He didn't bring his kids with him. Like I don't think I've ever met the Kardashians. Like I could have, but from what our family has said, Robert Kardashian's the only one who used to come around our family reunions and our family gatherings because his aunt was there. So he'd come by to say hi to his aunt, and he'd come by to say hi to other people that were there too, because I'm part of the Agajanian family, which is a very big Armenian family, kind of more popular than the Kardashian family, but not necessarily in the pop culture of the pop culture of today. The Agajanian family has people that have played in sports. The Kardashian family does not. So there's an Agajanian that was like in a professional in professional football, played on the Raiders. He was the oldest living member of the Raiders. He's still alive, actually. I think he's the oldest living member from like the original team of the Raiders or something like that. Something crazy. We're not Raiders fans in this family though. But yeah, we did have one play professionally as one of the I forgot what he played as. But then we also have a family member who won the Indianapolis 500. The Agajanian family is like the original Armenian family of um of like America, where it was like we made it into the pop culture of today. But they ended up all kind of like fizzling out of pop culture. Wait, where did our M go? It's nice to have people come in and be part of it. M, did you get dropped out again? We're still here for right now. It's a place in space, guys. Bring in the conversation if you want. I'm not sure where M is, but she's giving us some good tea tonight. If she is going off to bed, she should at least say goodnight to us. But I think that she probably got booted again. It's a place in space that has me ranting, and I don't necessarily want to rant as much as I am right now. I'm going to give you guys kind of the floor and let Kerrigan and user blah 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 and Brat bring into the conversation things. Actually, talking about my sisters in that one way is kind of messing with my brain a little bit because now I'm thinking about things I don't want to think about.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just thinking about the
What
things
is
that
like
I've
the
been
next
exposed
topic?
to. What?
I said, what is like the next topic?
I don't know. We're waiting for M to come back and maybe try to get her to talk about something that's going on with her. Or if user blah 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 wants to give us more tea about the things that are happening with. Do you ever talk to your sugar daddy anymore, user blah blah blah, or never?
Yeah, no, never.
Never. What situation would you?
Would I? Like if I wanted to, like, I guess take advantage, like I probably would like reach back out to them. Um, like if I wanted to like travel or like fly around, like I probably would, but that would be like I would have to like put myself out there and like I don't know, like sleep with them, and I'm not doing that. Like at the time he was 50, so like he may be like 50, 57, maybe like 58, 59. I'm not going. Like I'm not sleeping. I'm sorry. I might fall like asleep. I took my sleeping meds and like now I'm stuffed up, so like I can barely breathe. But I don't
Um.
know. I probably wouldn't.
Okay. Wait. I just realized it's 10 o'clock, and Dill, I see you're asking to come in. We're actually going to start wrapping it up because I can go inside and watch the episode of Game of Thrones. It was a lot of fun to stay here for the time being, and even if M comes back, we're still ending it. It is a live stream experience. I lost track of time a little bit. I went on that rant about my sisters and about being exposed to certain things at a young age, which, if you are exposed to those things, in this live stream experience, that was not my intent. I hope that you don't have any sort of nightmares or potential questions for your parents because it could be people coming in from all age groups. But don't ask your mom about flow or anything.
Ooh, what that dream
Yeah.
assignment tonight?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Maybe we should shrink down like Honey I Shrunk the Kids. I do like that concept. Like let's all accidentally get shrunken and we have to try to find a way to get back to our normal size. So it's a dream adventure tonight where you can be on this adventure with me if you want. I'll probably, trying to be recover my. I'll try to recover my baseball from the attic, and I'll accidentally turn into a small version of myself. Isn't that what happens in Honey I Shrunk the Kid? I believe it's what happens. Anyways, the dream mission tonight is let's shrink down and basically enjoy the whole. You were yelling scooters, Scoutus. I don't understand what that is. Scatas. It's nice to have you here. It's nice to have people jump in. We had guests tonight. It was unexpected. It did happen. We had the tea come in, and honestly, it turned into me kind of venting a little bit about growing up with the three the sneezing. I hate it. But it is a live stream experience that has me saying thank you for being within it. I don't know where you're coming from and I don't know what's going on with you, but let's thank the moderators and let's also thank the guests that were in the live stream experience on this special Sunday. It is Father's Day live stream experience coming to an end here on these platforms for you to be able to revisit it whenever you want. Thanks again for watching and be here next time where I do cooking tomorrow and another live stream for you where you can be part of it if you want to be part of it, or you could just kind of like talk about it in a way that like makes it so then I feel like you care about me online by me posting it places and stuff. You don't have to come back, but you could post this live stream elsewhere and tell people to watch it. It is nice to be able to make the live streams happen on a daily basis. I do 90-minute live streams every day because I like enjoying myself with all you wonderful people online. And if you do want to rewatch it, it's rewatchable on YouTube. I'm a Benjamin, and you could be a Benjamin too. But if you're not a Benjamin, I still is happy to have you here. Thanks for jumping in and being part of it. Join in and be part of the conversation outside of the live stream experience on the Discord server, where you can be part of the conversation with the other people that are here to a degree. Not everyone's there, but some people jump in over there as well. In that place, it's a space. That is what you make it. So do make it a place in space that is a potentially an appropriate place for you to be. If you're under 18, it's inappropriate for you to be there because I'm 36. So please don't join my Discord server. It's only for those that watch my live streams and that want to be part of the fan club community experience that I've been creating. And it's here in these places and spaces that you can also read through the rules on the Discord server if you decide to talk to people that are there and be part of the conversation. At least hold some of the values of good ethics and make it a place and space that we can all jump in and be part of the conversation by making it a PG-13 conversation that isn't necessarily cringeworthy or hard to look back at, but it is a place and space you can vent about things, you can ask for advice, you can have some fun being there, and you can be part of it if you want to be part of it just by joining in and being on the platform when you can be there. The live stream experience has me making it a place and space, but it wouldn't be what it is without the moderators that help also on the Discord server, and they help across the platforms that I be posting content. Follow me in the other places and spaces by going to my profile, but also give a shout out to the moderators that also have accounts in different places and spaces too. You might want to follow them and give them a DM, potentially give them a shout out, maybe watch their live streams, maybe watch their short form content. I did enjoy doing this live stream tonight, and it's 10 o'clock, and I'm saying good night, but I'm also saying give a shout out to those moderators I was just mentioning. Yeah, they didn't all show up, but the ones that are showing up and being part of it on a daily basis, I really do appreciate it. Those moderators are Mikey Milwaukee, Joe Javier, Bubble Gizmo. We also have Grant that goes by the name Space Cheese. We also have Peaceful Kevin, Cake, Juliet, Jamie Lynn, Miranda Rosanna, Mimi, Kiki, the mermaid of the live stream experience. We also have ourselves Iris McGrath and Just K here, and Odie and Ellis. And we have ourselves a Lauren, a Lily, a Jam, a Noah, a Lizzie, Izzy, a Rem, an Abby, Banana Fan of Hope Abby. And we also have ourselves one of them Foxy Cicalitas known as Kajal, and even a watermelon known as Jennifer. In this place, it'd be a space due to how you decide to interact and engage, so how you decided to be here actually contributed to it too. Wow, indeed. Thanks for joining in and being with it, and I don't know what's going on with you tonight, but if you want to join me in Dreamland, I'll be there after I'm done watching this Game of Thrones episode, and that dream is going to be us getting shrunk down and trying to figure out how to get big again. That's right. It's basically the opposite of the movie Big, where we get shrunk and then we try. Oh wait, no, that is what happens in the movie. No. The movie Big is he was a kid and he turned into an adult and then he had to get back to being small. But you could do that too. You can either get big and then need to be small, or you can get small and need to get big. The live stream experience has me saying all sorts of words and phrases, and I do try to make it fun for me to be here online. And if it's fun for you, that's fantastic too. If it's not fun for you, you got to keep scrolling. You got to find somewhere else to go. But if I'm here with you and you're here with me and we enjoy each other's company, it's always nice to see it. So I do see you jumping in and being part of it too. Let's let the guests say goodnight. We did have some fun conversations tonight, but Brett, Nick, Tika, and Kerrigan are here. You guys want to say goodbye to people?
Good night. I just wanted to say one thing though.
You're frozen, Ben.
I'm frozen on all platforms.
He's like not frozen for me.
Yeah.
Oh, you're back. Sorry.
It's okay.
You're frozen.
That makes sense. It happens on the internet at times. But wait, what were you gonna say? User blah blah blah.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say, you said that I had to wait a year before I could be mod, and I wanted to.
You want to be a moderator?
Yeah, but I wanted to wait a year, so I drew up a contract. I just want you to sign it because I know you're gonna forget the year mark.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. The year marker thing, it's not true. It can be less than a year. The thing was, I was having a really hard time with some of my moderators, and I'll be very honest here. And some of the moderators were being complained about by some of the viewers because they were being mean to people, and yeah, they were being. There was some screenshots that were sent to me, and then there was also indisputable issues where I saw that moderators were basically like creating high conflict conversations where it was inappropriate, and I was trigger happy, I think, to make a whole bunch of moderators. The thing is, I could know you for a year and I still don't know you, so I have to make a decision on whether I trust you or not, because I'm making a place and space that you also need to show up. And if you decide to be mean to someone, which I've seen moderators be mean to my own viewers, and I've seen them like be kind of incapable of taking accountability, and then also playing dumb. And because like I don't know how old you are really. You could tell me that you're my age, but you could be like 10. I know you're probably not 10, but you could be 10. And it's just the reality. Like you could be 10 mentally. You could be 35 too, or 37. You could be 90. I don't know. it's like me navigating it, and who I decide to let in as a moderator, I have to understand too that they're contributing to the live stream experience, and they might be negatively impacting some of the viewers rather than positively impacting them. And my most important thing to do here in this live stream space and place is to actually make a place that I feel safe in and that other people feel safe in too. And if people are teased or um, potentially in the live stream experience with like with like bad intent, there's little I can do once I made you a moderator, because I'm going to try to give you, once I make you a moderator, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. And if you take advantage of that, that's on you. And eventually it'll be hard for me to remove you as a moderator, because I get attached to some of the online relationships, even though you might be a robot. Who knows who you are or who you really are? But at the end of the day, we're navigating parasocial relationships. And as I'm wrapping up the live stream, I see Kajal's here now. But Kajal, we are wrapping it up. It's nice to have you here. It's been quite a doozy with it being a place and space. We did let a spontaneous guest night happen, but it is wrapping up with me saying goodnight. I've already thanked my moderators. We do need to thank the robot moderators. We have user blah, 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 and Kerrigan on a list now for them to become moderators much sooner than a year. If you guys really are serious about it and you want to be a moderator, there's some moderators I do need to remove that don't show up anymore, and you guys show up every day. So it would make it
I would
easier.
like to be a moderator.
If you want to be a moderator, there is this thing where it has been brought up to my attention that like there are some people that just don't show up anymore, and they're clearly online. So they're not. It's not like they deleted the app. Like they're just not watching my live stream anymore. But they do have the ability to mod, and they're not coming in because they're doing other things, which is not bad. I'm not saying that that's bad, but they don't necessarily need to have the street cred of being a moderator. Plus, there's a couple of moderators that I do see that they haven't done a thing with their mod powers, and they don't say anything. So they like the shout out, but I don't think they'd notice if I removed their mod powers. I don't think they'd notice because they don't use them. So it's like, what's up? Like, what? What are you doing here? But if you do like looking at me, that's totally cool. If you love looking at me, that's great. I like looking at people too. That's why I'm on the internet. But I'm not sure what you want when it comes to it being a place and space. If you're a moderator already and you want more attention from me or something, I don't know. It's just like, you guys are here all the time, user blah blah blah. But if you are made to be a moderator, you would not be referenced as user blah 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 in the intro. You'd be user one. Like, I memorize my own thing. You'd be user 1-1. Like, you wouldn't be user blah blah blah. But that's just because like that's how it works. Yes, depending on the level of engagement. That's a really good point. But if user blah blah blah, you were ever involved as a moderator, you definitely are not going to be called user blah blah blah. That's for sure. The user 115500 is much better. Yeah, much better. You want me to call you that? What is it like?
You could be
0
the
0?
teacup of the live stream.
It's 0 0. What was that, Kerrigan?
You could be the teacup of the live stream.
Oh yeah, I could do that too. But then again, we also have a lot of people like, who would be really jealous about that is if I let in new moderators and then Michaela still wasn't a moderator. She'd really like, why aren't I a moderator? Well, the reason why Michaela isn't a moderator is because she's let some things slide that is not really what I need in the moderation. She is a moderator on the Balavoon account, and she's definitely written some pretty inappropriate polls. So, like, I am observing you guys as you show up too, and I'm gonna hold you accountable for how you decide to show up for me. But the part that concerns me the most is if I allow people to be moderators and then they try to sabotage my live stream, because there was some over modding happening that like I was just getting an enormous amount of feedback from people that I was like first thinking, oh, they're being dramatic, and I was first on the side of my moderators, but I do see that it affected my live stream very negatively. Like if I make you a moderator and you mute people that I'm giving attention to, so I give more attention to you, that would be bad. And I know that was happening to a degree, and that was not necessarily something I was easily calling out. Tika qualifies. Yeah, she does qualify. Kajal's right. Look, Kajal's on your side. What is an inappropriate poll? I think she made a poll about like what I should take off or something one time, and then she did another poll about like a sexy something something. There was a lot of weird things. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, she was just being silly. It was not necessarily like the worst of the worst, but I do remember that there was like a couple of polls that I like had made some people. Yeah, it got out of hand. Yeah, it got out of hand. It did get out of hand. Some people were very adamant with the fact that it was weird. But as it has been a crazy night, we've had a lot of people in, and it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed doing it, and I look forward to doing it again. That's right. I'll do another live stream tomorrow. No matter who you are, where you are, what you're up to, I'll be here for you if you'll be here for me. And a live stream does happen in these spaces and places. Do be here when you can, but don't feel like you need to be here. No, I want people to make it here if they can. Don't feel the pressure, but also I do observe it. So if you're not here, I guess in a way I think less of you. So I guess I'm just being honest. Anyway, show up to my live stream. It's here every day, and I do appreciate people coming within it. If you want me to sign a contract, though, I would. I guess I would. Is it funny the way you wrote it?
No, it's not funny, but like it's very serious, honestly. Like it was gonna be like the whole like, okay, after May 22nd, 2027, like I have to be a mod, but I'm sorry.
No, it's
I'm trying to think because I'm tired. But this is the last thing I wanted to say. I need you to watch House of Dragon tonight. That way we can talk about it tomorrow. Because
you're right. I'm gonna do it.
Like lost. Yeah, you have to watch it.
I'm on my way to do that right now, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I might not have made it to my movie tonight, but it was really fun to listen to M's story. Shout outs for M. Oh, thanks for the heart, I do appreciate that. Shout out to M for coming into my live stream experience and for disclosing so much of her personal life. I do hope that her husband and the situation clears up. Maybe she left to deal with it. Hopefully, that's what was going on. She did leave abruptly, and she's normally pretty adamant with saying goodbye. But that girl does deserve the best, as she's in here with a positive attitude and she shows up supporting the live stream. So I do want to show her this support as well. It is a troubling thing to hear, and it was some juicy tea tonight. And let's all just bring attention to the fact that we talked to a bunch of people tonight that had sugar daddies, and that got free things. And I am just so jealous. I don't know if we're gonna let this just like stop here. Looks like we're gonna bring the sugar daddies conversation back up this week on guest night. So join in and be a guest on guest night this Thursday. If you're looking at the live stream and you want to be a guest on my live stream, I don't have that happening tomorrow. I don't have it happening on Tuesday, and I don't have it happening on Wednesday, but I do have it happening on Thursday this week. So in 4 days from now, come back to my live stream experience and come as a guest. And if you have anything to say about having a sugar daddy or a sugar mama, which I want to hear some sugar mamas like situations. Like I want to hear the guy's side of things. I'm always hearing about these like, it just seems like all of these things are, guys spoiling girls because I guess they have nothing else better to do. Well, I do it sometimes too. If I had
guys spoiling guys.
I've heard about that. I definitely have spoiled girls. And you know what? Last week, I felt like I was kind of like one of those. Like I felt like I was kind of like one of those guys that was spoiling a girl, where I was like buying the gifts in the live stream for like a cute girl that was like, like kind of like being in it with. I mean, like how you're looking at me, maybe how I looked at her. I don't know. The live stream experience is weird, and all of these things that are happening online. But when I send a tip to a live streamer and they just happen to be beautiful at the same time, it's hard for me to navigate those feelings. And actually, I still feel kind of weird about it. I kind of feel like I paid for. I feel like I paid for something naughty. You guys know that. You guys know that feeling. Like I feel like I paid for something that I should be in trouble for, but everyone's doing it, so I think it's okay.
Did you just say naughty?
Yeah, it feels naughty because like you're sending like a gift to someone online, not like just because like their presence is appreciated. So it's like an eye candy thing. So
You're so wholesome though.
it is, but it's open to interpretation, and I don't think I'm the only one that thinks like this. There are other people that feel the same way as well. I mean, I paid for attention and I didn't get it. Like they didn't give me a shout out, but I'm giving you guys shout outs because I care. But you know, well maybe they did and I wasn't listening because I wasn't like the sound wasn't completely on, but like it was kind of on. I forced myself to do this. It was important. I'm happy that I did the experience, but yeah, I don't know. The internet's weird. I know, right? Wow, indeed. But you know, now I'm going to go and experiment with, you know, watching Game of Thrones and then talking about it online with people. I don't know. Is that really an experiment? Anyways, the live stream experience is here for you if you're here for it, but it is ending now. So thanks for being in it. Be a follower across the platforms. I already mentioned my moderators and the robots that are here. Do be mindful on how you decide to leave. Don't forget your shoes and don't forget your jackets. I'm not going to be here for you to collect anything from Lost and Found because we don't have one. Because this is a digital experience and it was a lot of fun for me to be here with you in a parasocial relationship. That's right. Well, in a way, it's kind of a social relationship, but then again, at the end of the day, is it? I don't know you in real life, but I do feel like I know you. That's right. You. It's fantastic to have you guys here. Be here with me and the others that are here on a daily basis. And it is nice to be on the internet. Thanks again for watching. And don't you dare forget anything. So then I have to come back to make sure that you have what you need. So then I can go back inside. I'm so happy it's a digital relationship because if it was a public thing and it was like a come to my meeting or come to my event, and then I'd have to go back to the event to unlock the door to see if you left your jacket so then you can get some alone time with me. I mean, I'm thinking outside the box, right? It is a live stream experience where I'm also just kind of like desperate to find that human connection. And as we're all online, we're all connecting in digital ways and we are navigating as a social environment online. So don't feel weird about it. Even though I said I feel weird about it, I do. But I feel weird about it because it's like new for society. This hasn't been around for hundreds of years. We're like 20 years into social media. So it's a baby. It's in its 20s. I remember being in my 20s, I was rebellious. So it's in its 20s. And that is how we're like, society has not had this for 50 years. Are you sleeping now? Oh, wait, am I staying on now? Oh, wow, that's a great point. I stayed on for 20 more minutes, but no, now we're ending it. Thanks again for watching. I just have a hard time saying goodbye because at the same time, I really like attention. I'm kind of an attention whore. I was called that when I was in high school. Yeah, that's right. People used to say, Ben's such an attention whore. And then I'd be like, that's so mean. Why would you say that? And it's like, well, it's true. You always want people's attention. And then it would be, yeah, I know. Saying goodbye does stink always. And it's been a lot of fun to have people be in it and be part of it. And I haven't really let these people even say goodbye. We let blah, blah, blah say how she wants to be a moderator. And then I didn't let anyone else say goodbye. And I don't think I'm going to. But it is a live stream experience that does give them some ability. You guys have microphones. You want to say goodbye before I stop the live stream?
Good night, friends. Thank you for hosting, Benjamin.
Of course, it's my pleasure, Kerrigan. Thanks for caring again. Nick, do you want to say goodbye to everybody?
Good night, everyone. Thank you for being my first thing.
I appreciate you allowing me to be your first thing in this whole digital realm of guest nights and allowing co-hosts and guests in.
I hope you come back on Thursday.
Yeah, come back on Thursday, Nick. Nick, if Thursday's the best one. Will, you too. Come back on Thursday.
Okay.
And come in and join in and be part of it, guys. It is here for you if you're here for it. I'm going to go watch Game of Thrones, and I'm looking forward to it. User blah, 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 blah. Do you actually want to say goodbye instead of saying something about having a contract?
Yeah, good night, y'all.
There we go. Thanks again for being in it, guys. I look forward to seeing you next time. Follow me across the platforms and have a great night and a great week. Happy Father's Day to you. Thanks for spending it with me for a little while. If you haven't called your father, once again, Happy Father's Day is a day to acknowledge those fathers. So do so and say Happy Father's Day to your father before it's too late. Unless it's too late, then just try to meet up with them today. No, tomorrow. You know what? You do you. You know your dad. Anyways, show some love and be part of it. Be thankful for those that have been in your life. And the fathers are definitely someone that do deserve some acknowledgement, you know? I'm just saying. Anyways, toodaloo for now. Thanks again for watching, and thanks for being part of a special live stream experience. Bye-bye. Take care of yourself, and do be safe, people. The live stream's still here on YouTube for another second. Congratulations to you for being in it. Let's look at the results. That's right. We're getting some results. We're packing some things up. I'm going inside. Are you staying with me? Well, you can't be because I'm ending it. It is ending as I do have it happening. We got the yes and the no and the no and the yes. It does look like we made $2.14. What an accomplishment tonight on the live stream experience known as Benjamin's live stream. Here for you if you're here for it. As I try to have the place be a space, it's a challenge to make it. I do have a hard time navigating people on the internet. I just don't know everyone, and I can't necessarily make everybody happy, and I can't always provide the energy for everyone outside of my live streams to address all the fan mail and the conversations that people be trying to have with me outside of the live stream. It's not necessarily always easy for me to navigate, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. What it really means is that I really only have so many hours in a day, and I have to make decisions based on how many hours I have and what I want to do with my time. And I can't necessarily always respond to all the messages, but I do enjoy seeing them, and I try my best. And if you do make it short messages, it's a lot easier. If you make them long messages, then it requires a lot more of my attention, and I don't necessarily always have the ability to do that. But thank you for joining in and being within it as I create the environment. You can be part of it too. Be a follower here on YouTube, and I'll see you next time. There is a bug in the room that's like freaking me out. It's like all over the place. I feel like it's gonna run into it. It's like a June bug. Luckily, it's no mosquitoes. Mosquitoes? Anyways, I do gotta go inside. It's been a lot of fun though, right? Watching me be who I am. I do realize I need to do this too. You're watching the breakdown because the way that it works is as soon as I stand over there, I can shut that camera off. But if I like do this over here, when I walk over there to shut that off, I can go inside, and then everything's happy. Everything's just swell. But I don't know what you're looking for when it comes to entertainment of the webs, the interwebs. Mm-mm-mm. Right. There we go. Sometimes it just gets a little stuck. Anyways, the live stream experience was a lot of fun for me to make and create. Thank you for watching it. We had quite the amount of viewers tonight. You know, it says 93 viewers discovered the live through promote. Wow, with 696 people watching. We had quite the night. Yes, it is fun to be able to be here online. I don't know what you're looking for, and I don't know what's going on with you, but as I got the place to be a space, we are checking 7 hours and 10 minutes. Damn, that's a long time. Oh, what a time, what a time. And now we have a list of all the people that have watched it. And am I going to look through the list? Yeah, I am. Okay. 871 messages. Yeah, with the views being what they are and the people coming in with the words and the phrases, it's always nice to see people coming in. View recommendations, 4 hours, 224 points. Wow, it looks like, TikTok's just like happy with me, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, the live stream experience is ending. Thanks again for watching. We've been here for a while, but it is time for me to say goodnight to you. Thanks for watching my live stream, and I look forward to seeing you next time. I'll see you tomorrow if you decide to come in and be part of another live stream experience. It'll be a cooking one, though, so don't you necessarily make it the place and space where you're going to jump in as a guest, because I won't be allowing that, because I don't do that on every day. Well, who knows? Maybe I will. Anyways, the live stream experience is always an interesting place and space for me to jump in and have conversations with people of the internet. So thanks again for watching. Toodles for now, and I'll see you when I sees you again. Bye bye, people. Thanks again for watching.